Welcome back, guys, to the This and Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my handsome co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And our special guest today is...
It's your boy, Tank Be Choppin. What's good? What's good? I appreciate y'all for having me on here. Y'all see we got these shots poured up. So y'all see, like, I like to drink, guys, so check it out. I brought this, so we're going to take this shot. I'm over here taking over this episode.
Go ahead.
We're going to take these shots, and then I'm going to let y'all take it over again.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Episode 51.
Episode 51.
Oh.
You fill those up all the way, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dope.
It was
No
pretty
chaser.
smooth.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. No chaser for me, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know when you look at the shot glass after you take the shot, you're like, fuck.
A
Right?
little bit, sometimes.
Last time she was admiring it, she's like, man, that was good. That was a good shot.
I'm the one that y'all had the tattoo artist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. She was like,
You can
oh,
try
that's
it.
really smooth.
It's like, it's just a shot glass.
I see
Well, you can
that.
try it. So you can try it, though.
All right, cool.
Yeah, after, when the next break or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So, we got Tank on the podcast.
I just
All right,
want to. I want to make a quick comment. How his voice went straight into super smooth and going with the flow,
Yeah, like he's done this before.
Yeah, he's done.
He's
this
gotten
before.
on a mic before.
Obviously, he's done this before.
Let's talk about that.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's talk
Let's go.
about
All
that.
right. You used to be a rapper, right?
Yes, sir.
And all right, how did it start? Let's talk about it.
All right, so rapping wise, I've always had a love for music. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say maybe like middle school, I would freestyle on, at the lunch tables. They'd be beating on the tables and I'd freestyle. And then high school is when basically I said, you know what, this is something I kind of want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I started buying, my parents had a computer and my dad had like some sound editing software on it. And I plugged in like a Radio Shack mic to it and like started freestyling over the beats. And yeah, that's basically what happened. I would do that and I'd burn these tracks on CDs, take them to school and like just give them out to people. And like, hey man, you're pretty good. And not only give them to like certain people because I was kind of like self-conscious about it. Like I didn't know if I was good or not. So I would like just give it to my homies like, hey, check this out, bro. Like, let me know what you think about it. Or give it to just people who I knew weren't going to hate on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though I probably should give it to everybody. But so I would just give it to those people. And they're like, man, that's pretty good. You need to keep doing stuff. So I would always we'd go to parties and I'd freestyle. And at school, I'd freestyle. And it just basically evolved from that to like me and a couple homeboys. Like we had a studio. I say a studio, but it was basically just a computer and a mic set up in his garage. And every day after school, we'd go and we'd record a couple of freestyles. We'd write a little bit and say it was freestyle. You know how everyone does, It's freestyle, but it just ain't got no hook,
Yeah.
So we would do that. And I did that for, man, I think my first like actual track I recorded, I was probably like 14. And then I stopped rapping. I think my last tracks that I recorded was when I was 30 or right before 30. Because I remember I told myself I was going to stop doing it when I got around 30. So I did it for about like 16 years, give or take.
Why did you give yourself that number?
Well, when you're younger, I say younger because I still feel young, but I'm old.
Yeah.
But, when you're at a certain age, you think like a certain age is older. So in my eyes, I feel like 30, like that's too old to still be trying to make it rapping. Like now, if I would have already made it, then obviously it was something that I would have continued to do, because you have all these rappers who, Eminem, he's in his 50s, Dr. Dre, you got these older rappers and they're still doing it. But it just looks awkward when you have a 40-year-old rapper he's going to shows.
Well, like 2 Chainz made it at like 30 something.
Yeah, he was a little older. I think him and Rick Ross. But in my eyes, it was I just, once I reached 30, but I don't think it was more of the number. Also, what happened was me and my wife, we bought a house. We purchased a house. Because even before this, let me backtrack a little bit. I actually had a studio, like me and some of another group of friends put some money together and we purchased, I don't want to say purchased, but we were renting out a studio at an office warehouse. So me and my dad would go in and we basically built a booth, a control room. Me and my dad bought a bunch of mixing boards, computers. We bought everything that we needed to record. And we had that for about 2 or 3 years. But then what happened was as I got older and the people I was doing this with got older, we started venturing in our own lives, basically. You know what I'm saying? I got married. Me and my wife got a house. So I was like, it's kind of hard for me we got to pay for this house. I had to get a new car because my car broke down. She had a car note. So it's like, man, I can't pay for the house and the studio and my car and everything that the kids need. So, I made a group message to all my boys that were in the group, putting in money in the studio with me. And I was like, look, like, this is a situation. We can keep it, but y'all going to have to put in more or we can just let it go. And everyone was like, man, like it's cool if we let it go, because I think we're already close to that age where like it's cool doing it. You know what I'm saying? We had fun, but I think we're already just ready to exit and do our own things.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I feel like you guys were like, and I say you guys as in like Grind Daily, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that you started the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Grind Daily.
Yeah.
So it was Grind Daily Entertainment.
That's what it was. The group. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
It was
So
like the label, right? Or,
yeah. So before that, it was me and like I said, it was like 3 or 4 other guys, and one of the other guys. He's actually a barber. My boy Oli, he's a barber also. It was me, him, my boy Mario. Who else was it?
Mario.
His last name's Rodriguez. He's from the east side also. Okay. It's not Super Mario.
Not Super Mario.
And then we had a couple other people like come in and out of the group.
Yeah.
But we started the group. It was basically us 3, and then we would always have like someone new, like not new, but people who were just jumping in and jumping out.
Yeah.
And that name, the group that we made then was called Fat Ass Records. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the record label. And then once that like kind of diminished and just split apart, I said, you know what? Like I want to keep doing this. So I started my own thing, and for some reason, Grind Daily is something that always like stuck out in my mind. Like I like that type of mind state. I like that quote, you know what I'm saying, Grind Daily or Grinding Daily, whatever. So I decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna make my own thing, and it's gonna be Grind Daily Entertainment. So I had like a homeboy who lived like 2 blocks down or 2 houses down from me. I told him about it. He's like, yeah, man, like I'm down. What's up? I said, all right, cool, come on.
Yeah.
And then at this time, this is when like MySpace was kind of like a thing, you know what I'm saying? So we'd be on MySpace posting stuff, and then I actually linked up with someone from out here in Pasadena, Super Mario, and he goes, yeah, I'm down. And he was younger than me, but I'm like, that's cool because I just graduated school, so you're still in high school, so you can help get these younger kids.
The younger ones, yeah.
So, you know, and then we just met up a bunch of people, man, and that was the thing, Grind Daily, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so I'm trying to think from the podcast, who was it, the one that like knew him? Terry?
Oh,
Terry.
okay.
Yeah, Terry was a fucking
So
beat.
I didn't even bring that part into it. Okay, yeah, I forgot. Hey, my bad. But so Terry, he was one of our DJs. So
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what did Terry do because I couldn't remember.
He was a DJ.
But I wasn't sure if he was, and I was like looking at the pictures, and I'm like, who is the one who talked about him?
Yeah.
But it was Terry.
Yeah, so he was one of the DJs. It was always him, and I don't know if y'all know him. His name's Ray.
Ray.
Yeah, so they were always like best friends. Like
Premier Select, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So they were like best friends. I mean, they still are, obviously. But so when I reached out to them, like we were cool. They would always be like, "Oh man, your mixtape's fire." And then one day I talked to my boys in the group. I'm like, "Man, we need some DJs to help us, like just basically just trying to grow the brand, expand not just to rapping, to getting like mixtapes out, like with songs, chopped and screwed and stuff."
Yeah.
So I reached out to them, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do it. We'll be part of the group." So I remember we had a show at Toke Bar. And it wasn't even like, I mean, there was probably maybe 100 people, 150. I don't even know the number, honestly. Like, Toke Bar was really small. In my eyes, it looked packed, you know what I'm saying? And I remember we got on stage and we're like, oh, shout out to the newest members of Grind Daily. And we made it a thing, and we gave them shirts, and you know what I'm saying? We had to put on the show. And you know, it's a memory of mine that still sticks with me. And I think it was super dope at the time. I mean, now it might be.
You said earlier that you're like older. Like,
yeah.
What's your age? You don't have to
You're
say
not
it.
supposed to ask? Nah, I'm just playing. I'm 35. I just turned 35 in July.
So he's like 5 years older than you.
Yeah, pretty much.
A little bit. little old, but we all right.
So it's just funny, bro, because like, I mean, it's not funny like that, but it's funny because like when I was doing the whole rap shit, like I always saw like, well, like you as in like Grind Daily, I would see them like, I would see that group with like up there. I felt like I felt like y'all were already doing it way past me, and I was like, man, like they're up there. Super Dave and them,
shout out to Super Dave.
Who was the other one? There was another one. There was a bunch of Pasadena people, bro.
Yeah, because when we started dating, he would tell me like about y'all, you know. But I had
That's crazy.
And then my brothers know. Like I would play y'all's
know.
music to my brothers. They know all that shit though.
Yeah, they do.
And then I remember going on SoundClick and shit. Yeah, I had a bunch of shit on SoundClick, bro. I was like, that shit was wild, bro. It was wild. And then that one time cause then Ray and Terry used to like chop and screw my shit too. And then, I mean, we've talked about like the story, right? The club story.
The club story with Terry
Terry?
for his episode.
Whoa, okay. Let's
talk about
revisit.
it.
What's the club story? I want to add my 2 cents. Now go ahead.
So back then, I would see like I was saying, right? I would see y'all like, man, all right, these guys are like big time, right?
Yeah.
Like, And then Terry's like, hey, we're gonna be at this bar. What bar was it? I mean, a club rack.
Perfect Rack.
No,
on the north side.
I think so.
It was like off of 290 in Mangum.
I don't know,
He's
bro.
not gonna know.
Okay, but if it was the rack,
I was a kid, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then man, I forgot what I always knew, but I forgot. Anyway, Terry's like, hey, we're gonna be going over there, like, and I had this song, Southside Groovin'. I had it with Too Raw, and I had somebody else on there. It was a long song, bro.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I didn't know you had Too Raw on it.
Yeah, and then so Terry's like, hey, y'all, you want to come on, like, and then you can rap, you know, while we're up there, you can come on and rap and shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And I'm like, hey, Tank and them, they're cool with it or what? He's like, yeah, they know. You know, and then we get to the club. I was young, so my dad drove.
He was underage.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
I was underage. I think I was 16.
And that's crazy.
And then my dad drove me, and I went with my cousins. And I remember on the way over there, we had the radio, and it was like Pimp C. I think it was Knocking Doors Down.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Pouring Up or some shit like that. Well, it was a new Pimp C song at the time, so that was kind of like getting me hyped to get over there. We get there, right? You're outside, bro. You got shades. You got like.
He's like a badass.
Bro, you're just standing there and shit. And I was like, yo, Tank, I'm rolling. I was just rolling back then.
You know what? I want to say I vaguely remember this, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Yo, Tank, I'm rolling. You know, I'm gonna perform with y'all, and then I want to say you were like, who's this? Like,
You know what? I think you told me Ray or Terry told you to come or something.
Yeah, and
I went in and got them or something. Yeah,
okay. And then Terry's like, oh, he's with us, and I just went in.
Yeah.
Damn,
then,
Tank, why you doing my husband like that?
Okay, look. So I'm still like this a little bit, but for content reasons or for not content, but context. That's what I was looking for. You know, I always like to think that when I'm doing something, I have to feel like I'm the best at something, right?
Yeah.
So like even music wise, so I mean, I'm the same person whether I'm on camera or not, but just when we turn the cameras on, I'm just an exaggerated version of me, right? Like you have to be kind of more entertaining when you have the camera on. So when I was Big Tank, you know what I'm saying? I had to be I'm the guy here. Like I don't know you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing personal. You know what I'm saying?
He's such a bully.
And then you're like, oh, he's a kid. Like what the fuck, you know? Like, and then so I go inside and then I see Super Mario, and I was already cool with Super Mario. So
and Mario was young too. I think he was probably like 17 or so.
And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, we're playing fucking pool and shit. And then so it's time to get on and shit. And I have a picture, bro, and I'm wearing a dog tag. Like, you know them like little dog tags?
Yeah.
It was like a long ass chain down on my like piece and shit. And then
little dog tag now.
It's a little dog tag and shit, bro. But it's crazy. I have that picture. I always like anytime like I transfer pictures over to like a new hard drive, I always have to have that picture on there just because I never want to lose it, bro. It's like, you know, it'll get lost in there and shit. But I always keep that, and I have a video of that night too. That's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Super blurry.
Oh
yeah.
Super blurry. I think you've shown me that video.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I can't see
what is?
Yeah.
What's
like,
that
what?
like?
Nah, it's super pixelated, but it's crazy, bro. That's like a memory that I'm never gonna let go. That's
So
wild.
I want to give a quick shout out to your dad and your dad for like really supporting y'all. Like it's crazy. Like you said, your dad really helped you with everything, and then your dad took you to the show. When your dad
I forced him to.
He's like, he supported me, but I forced him to.
Because my parents, they were never like, they hated the music shit.
But he still drove you. Like if it was in the north side, that was the drive for
the Perfect Rack is far. It's like a 45-minute drive. Like
I remember it being far.
Yeah.
But that shit was wild.
Well, the thing about my dad too supported me is he used to do music. So he used to have his own band, like his own little I don't want to say the wrong word, so I don't know what genre of music it was, but he had, Grupo Galaxia. It was a Mexican band. They had like, they would go on tours, and my dad was the shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He's got a plaque well, I think it's an attic now, but he had a plaque. His brother was in the group. They had a bunch of cassettes. I think they actually even have shit on an 8-track player, bro, like an 8-track. You know what I'm saying? So it was back in the day. So he was real supportive of me because he was into music also. So that was something me and him had in common, and I think it's something that he passed down to me, I guess you can say, but I just
went a different route.
Exactly. So he knew what I was doing, but he wasn't, because he didn't really like rap. Like he's like, why are you listening to that? You know what I'm saying? But once I started doing it, oh shit, my bad. We'll cut that out now. Once I actually started doing it, he was like, all right, if you want to do it, here, let me help you out. Let's do it the right way if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. So assuming, right, your parents are Hispanic.
Yeah.
So what about your mom?
My mom's always been the type to like, she was cool with whatever I did as long as I took care of business, you know what I'm saying? Like as long as my grades were good and I wasn't like going out and doing dumb shit. She was cool, you know, like she didn't really have an issue with it. You know, and even growing up, I was, you know, she was the type to like hold me under her wing. Like I was mama's boy, you know what I'm saying? Like I love my mom, still do, obviously love you, mama. But it was just different, you know, like me and my dad had that music connection. So my mom was cool with it, but she really didn't dabble in it. She didn't interrupt,
just,
you know.
She was, as a mom, like they give the comfort. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I asked y'all to do a freestyle, could y'all do it or not?
You know what's crazy is I felt this was going to come up. Let me get my phone. Now, I wrote some lyrics down.
I was prepared. Do you think you can do it, or you think the age got to you? Because both of y'all are like in the 30s.
I do it all the time.
Do it. Do one. Do a beat. Put a beat real quick. Or you can do it without it.
Dude, this is crazy. I mean,
nah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it like after
after
like the third shot or some shit.
Okay. He said,
you know what? We can do it at the end. At the very end, we'll just put a beat on, and that'll be the last.
Right.
You know, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Y'all are my witnesses. Honestly, I didn't even tell Roland I was going to do this, but in my mind, because I wasn't sure if you were the rapper or like another DJ.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, you know. So I was like, if he's like a rapper, I'm going to ask him.
Nah, he's crazy with the wordplay, man.
I used to be crazy. Yeah. Well, so like, I want to still do music because it's something that I still love, right? Like I hear rap.
I would do it, bro.
And I probably will. No. But I hear music and you know, well, now that you say that, because you know, I'm a barber now and I cut hair. So it's like, I hear music and I want to change it into like the barber world. Like I want to put some type of barbering mix on it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously I know that's not something that's going to blow up for everybody, because if you're not a barber, you're not going to want to listen to this type of shit. But like when I hear, like I follow a couple people on Instagram who they do music for barbers. They're like talking about haircuts and booking appointments, and it's like, I'm like, man, this is a fucking jam. But like if y'all heard it, y'all be like, this dude's fucking crazy. This shit is like, it's weird.
It's one of those that on the radio when they do for like the lawyers.
Yeah, it's shit like that.
What is it? The one where you like, if you got hit, it's like
I just got hit. That one.
I just got hit, or
well, I remember they used. I haven't honestly. I don't listen to the radio
I mean,
no more.
I don't either.
Yeah, I remember the old shit like 5-10 years ago. Yeah,
just,
girl, I just got hit.
Yeah, girl, I just got.
Oh
hit.
yeah, and they do like a little rap over a new beat or something. Yeah. It's some shit like that. And I mean, honestly, like when it comes back to like me doing music, I still like freestyle in my head, like, or I'll hear shit. Like I hear a beat and I'm like just freestyling and I'm like, man, that'd be a fucking throat ass bar. Like let me just write that down just in case. But it's like,
have you ever considered like selling, like what you write, or no?
Back in the day, I used to do a little bit of ghostwriting for people, like, you know, growing up.
It's ghostwriting.
Yeah, ghostwriting. But now it's like, honestly, I don't even have the time just with everything I got going on. It's like, I wish I did. If there was two of me, or if I didn't have to sleep, obviously I'd fucking love to do it, right? Oh,
sorry. He's like hella busy. Like.
You know what I'm saying? No. So it's difficult, but if I could, I would. But I think it just boils down to what I have my priorities set on right now. Like I still love music, and I love like hearing like newer artists, or like my boy Two Raw, like you said earlier, he still raps. So I still jam his shit all the time. But it's just my mind is focused on other things right now. Like music isn't my top priority right now. So
it's the same with Roland, because he keeps telling me he wants to go back, and I'm just like, do it. Yeah, because like, if that's what you want to do it.
You know, I had let it go too, and it wasn't because of age or none of that. It was just like the other stuff that I was doing. And then I had to like, you know, we're getting married, we're getting a house, we have responsibilities, we have bills and shit, right? So I'm just like, all right, like this shit was not doing money, it was not making money or whatever, you know. And but it wasn't until Devad, right? That, which is Danny Lay's. Well, I met him through Danny Lay's, like as her photographer. So shout out Devad, because he posted on his story one time, because he was a photographer, right? And he started making music. But Danny Lay, his client, was the musician. You know what I mean? But then he had posted on his story, and he was like, you know, as a creative, like you shouldn't like have a gap on a cap on whatever you can do, because you're a creative. So he's like, so if I'm doing photography, there's no rule or anything that says I can't do music or I can't do anything else, because that makes sense. I'm a creative, like that's what we do, you know. You just you go into different lanes and shit. So I was like, man, whenever I saw that, I'm pretty sure I screenshot it. Anytime I see some shit like that, I'll screenshot it, you know. And I was like, man, I should make music, like even if I don't want to pursue it like big time, like or further down the road type shit, but as long as I'm doing it because it's some shit that I like, you know.
Yeah, and I understand that, you know, like me personally, like I always think like, what if I just like write some verses and just put out a couple tracks just for me, like just to jam on my own, or and honestly, like the way I do YouTube and Instagram now, it's like I know like I have a good amount of people who follow me now that if I did decide to do that, they'd support that also, and I really appreciate that. But it's crazy like that it doesn't go together, but it can, like you said, like just because I do one thing doesn't mean I can't do the other.
Yeah.
But I think it just works like that when you're like a business person.
Yeah.
You can be creative, but it all comes down to business, right? So I follow like this fitness girl, and she started with just selling fitness plans, Katie Hearn. Mm-hmm. And then she started doing like pills like to balance like your hormones. And
what's the name of the brand?
It's Katie Hearn and Alani.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
so
when you said that, yeah.
Yeah, so she does like pills, she does protein, and now she does energy drinks, and she also has a clothing brand. So I think it's just
the fingers are red as fuck.
Sorry.
Oh shit, she be eating the shit out of hot Cheetos.
Why'd you point them out?
Because I'm just like looking at them.
I was trying to hide them.
Hot Cheetos fingers.
That's so ghetto.
And then,
but go ahead. Yeah, don't mind him.
Yeah,
you're Latina. It's cool. It's cool.
But. And then she does like the CBD gummies. I
can't stop thinking about your red fingers.
Oh my God. No, that's why I put my hand down.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to drink with this hand now. But to me, it's like she started literally with selling fitness plans. Yeah. And then she just went her own way to doing, clothes, doing energy drinks. It all goes together in a way.
In a way.
In a way, yeah. But the fact that she was able to just grow different businesses out of just something so small because she gained the followers.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of having the followers.
So that's something that I've heard before too. I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
I just got to apologize. But I've always heard that focus on your main, like whatever your main business is or whatever your main goal is, focus on that like 100%. And once you get that good, you could branch off into so many different things, and it'll still... that main thing will help carry everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot who said it, man. I can't remember who the hell said it.
So what do you think about jack of all trades?
You can be a jack of all trades, but the second part of that saying is you're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. I don't know if you ever heard that. So basically,
there's more to that.
Yeah, there is. You're right. Yeah. I don't know the rest of
it. Jack of all trades, but a master of none. But always better than a master of one
or something like that.
Of some, I don't know,
something like that.
But it's like at the end, it's like it's still a good thing.
Yeah. Like,
it's better like me having all these.
He's a jack of all trades.
No,
he has a lot
I think a lot of people are, honestly.
Yeah. So, but it's like, okay, well, at least I have my hand in all these things, so I have a little bit of that knowledge. I may not be the best, whatever the fuck, but I mean, I have more knowledge than the next person because it's something, But
so
it's kind of like that.
So like when you said like what do I feel about jack of all trades, like no, I feel exactly what you're saying because I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Like I do a lot, like you know what I'm saying, and I know you do too because we've already talked about it when I had you on the episode of In the Chair, and it just gets hard. I think like for me and you because like we can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
So it just gets really like you're getting stretched so much. It's like you get so overwhelmed. Like it could be like Monday for me, bro, and I'm like I already like fuck. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. And now I'm like fuck. I gotta do all this shit, and it's like. Honestly, like, I think it's good to stay busy, you know what I'm saying? But it's sometimes I feel like being the jack of all trades, because I feel like I'm in the same boat, like I said earlier, but I just feel that it becomes overwhelming on ourselves. But we do it to ourselves, but it's because we have to stay busy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a man thing, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as a man, like, I have to do so much because I have to be a provider. I have to make sure that I'm being successful. My kids have to look up to me. They have to know that dad is doing something in the right light. I want my wife to be proud of me. I want my parents to be proud of me. And like I said, I just think that's a man thing. I don't know 100% if that is, but,
Yeah. Well, I guess before we go into, like, another deep conversation, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
And we are back, guys. So we're gonna take another shot. Well, go ahead, show the bottle. Show the bottle. And we want to shout out to Alex.
Shout out
and
Alex.
Ree.
We're still using this for the podcast.
Just because Tank said I didn't make it like an expression, so we wanted to give him like a try. It's a good bottle.
It's a good bottle. Yeah.
So I've had Evian before, but not
this one?
Not the Cristalino one. I've had like the regular reposado.
Oh, because you like reposado.
Yeah, I like reposado.
I can tell.
It just tastes better to me.
All right.
But yeah, let's get it.
Right,
let's get it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad, but not good either. No, I'm just like, it wasn't bad.
You know what though? I feel like it wasn't as smooth for me as it was the first time I tried it.
Out of these two, which one would you say is smoother?
Right now,
Let's take another one of these
no.
to compare.
I think right now, I think it might have been that one.
The other one, right?
Yeah.
The downhill.
Yeah. I think right now, but maybe because the last time we drank this one, it was the only one we took.
But you know what? I think tequila is like one of them acquired things. Like I remember the first time I drank tequila, it sucked. I was like, oh, this is gross. And now I like it, you know? So I think if you stick to this, it'll taste good. Mm-hmm. But since you've had this and then now we're going to this, because it was good, but it wasn't as smooth as this one was to me.
Yeah,
but
I think it's because we started with
this.
That one. Yeah. Because we started in the other episode, we started with this one.
Yeah.
And it was like
and we
smooth
just stuck
as
with
fuck.
It.
Yeah.
We just stuck with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, shout out Alex and Reem.
Yes, sir.
Put it on there. I don't want my family thinking we're alcoholics.
Yeah, we're not.
You're only an alcoholic if you go to AA meetings.
Yeah. Never been. So I don't know. But I want to keep talking about the jack of all trades thing. So I'm gonna just touch on it a little bit. Cause I feel like it can work. Mm-hmm. You know, it can work if you have like systems in place though.
That makes sense.
So it's like right now, because we're just talking about it, and she was like, you know, like, because she's reading a book, the Get Your Shit Together, or that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, or something like that, yeah.
And then she's like, oh, they talk about like the chipmunks, right? Like Alvin,
Simon,
Theodore.
Yeah.
And then each one of them has a personality, whatever. And then she's like, oh, you're
a Simon.
A Simon, right? Whereas like
you're a Simon?
He's a Simon.
Yeah, I'm Simon.
Okay.
You're
so
a Simon
like,
too, though.
What?
Whereas,
so because I feel like you're kind of like alike.
Because it's like you're smart and you have like you schedule your day, your week and stuff like that. But on the surface, it looks like you have your shit together, but in reality, like you're like juggling a lot of shit. You know?
So before you go on, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but so what's an Alvin exactly? Like
an Alvin is the person that is fake it till you make it type of person. Okay. It's like an Alvin is
like the Eddie and the Ed and Eddie, where he's the leader, but he's always wanting like he thinks he's really like witty and like,
but
you know,
really
like, but it's like
okay.
Somehow
he's
at some point
he's getting shit done, you know, because either somebody's helping them or they're just fucking winging it. Gotcha. And that's why you fake it till you make it. But then they get to a spot that they're like, fuck. Let me go to Simon for help.
So and then I feel like Simon would be like
a more reliable.
I guess because the chipmunks and then like Ed and Eddie is kind of like the same
shit. Thing. Yeah,
it's the three.
True, yeah.
So it's Alvin and then Eddie and then it's Simon. I feel like would be the Ed with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like the Eddie. I don't know. You know, like, but then he's smart. Let's think about it. And then, well, Theodore is like. He just don't give.
He's real timid though.
Yeah. He's like
they're opposites.
He's like soft.
But
I guess that's where the other Ed is just he's just a dumbass.
But basically
the last one is always just whatever the fuck they want to do.
I'll do whatever the group does.
And Theodore in the book that I'm reading is the person that is just like, really, you need to get your shit together. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, come on, like, you know. But in the book, have you ever lost your phone, wallet, or keys?
Yeah, all the fucking time.
Okay, you don't have your shit together then.
Everyone loses their fucking phone, wallet, or keys though. Yeah,
not me.
You've never lost nothing.
Not me, no.
Bro, you fucking liar. I swear to God, I lose my shit like every fucking morning. Okay, where the fuck is my phone?
No, not me.
Okay, so I lose not my keys, because I always hang my keys, right? But Roland does always know where the fuck his phone is at. Like, he knows, and the keys and wallet are always together.
Yeah, I have to know. I have to know. Like, dude, I'm conscious all the time, bro. Like, really? I'm like, my phone's right here right now, bro. Like, I'm at not at any point am I gonna be like,
where's my phone?
Oh shit, like, and then be like, never, because I'm constantly like, even if my arm's right here, I'm like, if I just go like this, I'll knock my phone down. I won't. And then there's people that I know that are like, they'll be like, boom, and they'll like knock their phone down
because they're not. Okay, I got you.
Okay, like that. So
and I'll see them, and I'm like, they're gonna be asking for their phone right now, like, you know, like that.
And he's always telling me, and we've gotten into arguments because he'll be like, "It's fine, you don't." Oh, we'll hear the timer.
We'll hear it.
He'll be like, "How do you lose your phone?" And I'm like, "That's me. Like, get over it. Like, I lose my shit. Like,
But so,
let
okay,
me lose it.
I've never lost my phone, but I've lost like my keys.
Okay, so the way the girl was saying was your keys is the way that you unlock a door, right? So he's like, how can you lose something so valuable that opens your house? You know? And it's true. Like, how can you lose your keys? Like, that literally gets you into your home.
Well, technically, I didn't lose them. I just misplaced them.
I
know they're in my house somewhere.
Well, like when you go home, like, do you have designated places for everything?
I do, but like, for instance, like sometimes when I come home, I have like a lot of shit in my hands, and I got my keys in my pocket, so I can't like take them out to put them. So we have like a little table right when we walk in with like where I put my keys, and I know they're gonna be there in the morning. But sometimes like they'll stay in my pocket because I have shit in my hands. So I'll go to the kitchen, I'll give my kids their food or their snacks or whatever, give my girl whatever I bought her, and I'll take my keys out, and sometimes I'll just throw them in the kitchen. Sometimes I'll put them in, in my room.
You don't have it together.
So yeah,
I do.
So like me is like when I come in, I have to lock the truck. I have to. So it's like let's say we have groceries, right? And then we'll get off or whatever, and then she'll come inside and she's organizing shit. Milo's helping me unload everything. And then I'm like, all right, like, I just know that once I close my house door, like, I have to hear the beep, like the truck, and then I'll hang the keys. So I either hang the keys or I bring them to my office with me, and then I'll just put them on my desk on the left side. It's always there, bro. So if she calls me, she's like, she's like, where are the keys? I'm like, if they're not hanging, they're right there. Those the only. I'm never gonna put them on the sofa. I'm never gonna put them on the counter. Yeah. They're always there. Same shit with my phone. Yeah. Same like. It's the thing that I have, bro. Where it's like, what would it be called? Like,
ADHD.
Yeah, kind of like
or
whatever that.
Or,
yeah,
I don't know if that's the proper term. I'm sorry if it's not.
I don't know the proper term. You know, but
you're anal about it. He said pause.
Pause.
No, but you know what I'm like when people say you're anal about something.
I'm not anal about anything. Pause, bro.
Well, you're missing out then now.
The three things were strategize, focus, and commit, right?
Okay.
Hey, all right, real quick. You know, you're gonna see this shit, bro. But today, today, he's like, bro, guys have a G spot.
What?
It's in the butt.
Yeah. And I'm like. He's like, I'm like, yeah, we do. I'm like, in your ear, right? I was just joking. Shit. I'm like, your ear? He's like, nah, bro. And I'm like, your pee hole, bro. And he's like, nah, no, lower down south. I'm like, what? Your asshole? He's like, there you go. And I'm like, oh, hell no, bro. I'm like, and so I'll go and tell my brother, I'm like, hey, just told me that his G spot is his a-hole, bro. And then
Okay, babe, that was so random. Like, how did that go with the
You're a weirdo, man.
He's talking about anal.
Weird. Oh.
But not like anal, like say.
Anal, like.
Okay, this conversation went like a completely different direction.
Shout out to that G spot though.
Yo. All right. So
let's get back on it.
Jack of all trades, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so we're talking about so your keys is to strategize.
Okay.
That's how you open doors, right? And then focus is with your phone. If you lose your phone, like, how can you check your calendar? How can you check what you have on your to-do, your contacts? Like, what if you have an emergency? How the fuck are you going to lose your phone, right? Mm-hmm. Your wallet is not necessarily, but it's for commitment. You either cut your budget or you save money to get to your goal. So basically, that was the three things.
Okay. So it's rare that I lose my phone, but I do lose my keys pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And sometimes my money clip, but that's rare also. Because I don't have a wallet. I use a money clip.
Oh,
but it's the same thing.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah. Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
He's been trying to talk about this for like 15 minutes.
So, yeah. If like I was saying, right? If you have like a system in place or whatever, then I feel like it could work. So it's like, you have to think like upscaling, right? So it's like, let's say I do have my shit together and then I am a jack of all trades. That means I would have employees for each thing, or I'll have somebody responsible for a certain thing under that certain business or whatever that I do, So it's like, it is doable. It's just like in the very beginning when you're trying to start shit off,
it's hard.
That's where it's hard.
Yeah. But
I guess that's where it goes back to what you were saying, where it's like you focus on one thing. Once that's established, and you go.
Yeah, you can.
Which the last podcast we did, Amadora said the same thing, where she's like, it's because it's just a common thing where it's like just do one thing, focus on one thing, and then from there. But I'm doing it the opposite way.
I mean,
you know,
I see both sides of the situation, because like if I'm doing all these things, like one of them's gonna pop off, right? Like one of them's gonna like just fucking boom, and I'm gonna be good. Yeah. Or it's like if I focus on this one thing is gonna pop off, and then I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm me and people know me because I have all these followers or whatever because I did this brand, right? Yeah. So it's like if Amazon made something like, you know what I'm saying, their own, like, well, technically they did, like the Ring doorbell. Everyone has a Ring doorbell. Yeah. I mean, not everyone, but the majority of people. Yeah, it's the you know what I'm saying? If like if anyone who's already known for like anything else, like take for instance The Rock, he's known as a wrestler, right? But if he does a movie, everyone's gonna go watch that movie. Yeah. He doesn't even do music.
It's like, oh shit, The Rock.
He already has the following.
Yeah, so if he decided to say, you know what, like he did a fucking rap song, bro. Like I don't know if you remember. How does it fucking go? Man, there's like memes on this bitch.
The recent one?
Well, it's not recent, but
with
it's
Take
like
9?
Yeah. It's power, and Take was ours, you know, and people jammed it because it's The Rock, because he's that high, you know.
You can do anything,
like,
and then people.
Once you make one thing, you can do that.
The only way, like, I know he sang like a song was for like
Moana.
No.
Yeah. Moana.
But you don't know because it was on TikTok and shit.
Yeah, everyone was like doing memes with it and shit.
Yeah. But so it's like this podcast. This podcast, I would consider it under my umbrella of things that I do. But whereas like okay, I feel like when people talk about like, oh, you're doing too many things at once or whatever, it's like you're not putting enough time and effort into
one thing.
But this has its system. This has it. We shoot every Friday. I know when I'm gonna edit, you know, the following day or Sunday, and the assets and the thumbnails. I have all that in place.
See, you have your shit together more than me.
So it's like
my shit's just like, oh, let me go edit this video.
Yeah, so it's like that's there. You know? For Superior, like it's because, bro, like I could show you, but I have like a little on my iPad. I have like a little setup where it's like, okay, which I'm gonna change up pretty soon. But it's like, okay, Superior will drop October 1st, and then the week after that is gonna be like a Vogue Studios shirt, and then the following week is gonna be a rug collection. The following week after that is gonna be a vintage collection, but it goes like that. It's like a ladder. Yeah. But while I'm working on week 1 of Superior, I'm working on
week 2 or 3
like
of
week 2 or 3 of the next thing.
But so you know, it's different. That's what I tell him. Like, this is why I know Roland's super organized, you know. But I tell him, like, the reason why I think he's a Simon is because on the surface, like you said, oh, you have it more together than me. Yeah. But the matter that the biggest thing is, but are you gonna get to the thing? You know? Yeah. And most of the time he doesn't have time for it because you only have so many hours in a day. Yeah. You know? And it's just like he has it scheduled, but do you have that like in there? Like really, do you have 7 to 8 or
see, that's one thing I admire about you, man, because honestly I don't write shit down on the calendar. Like it's like I don't write it down, but I have like mental notes. Like I'm like, all right, I know today, like for instance, I'm gonna be at the shop, but it's gonna be slow from noon to 3 before I gotta go pick up the kids. So I'm gonna edit 2 or 3 videos, one for YouTube and one for Instagram, or one for YouTube and 2 for Instagram, and then I'm gonna go pick up my kids, and then I'm booked from 5 to 7 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I have like mental notes, but I feel that you have everything written down, which I know is like the better way to handle shit. But it's like I don't like writing shit down. You know, like me. Yeah.
Well, you don't like doing on the notes either, like on the phone?
Even bullet points?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while I will, but it's like I never look at it. Like I forget, like I don't know why, but it's like I'm more of a in the moment, like, oh shit, like, oh yeah, it's noon. I don't have no one coming. Let me edit these videos.
You must have a really good brain, because I'd fucking forget my mental notes. Like,
but yeah, like, I mean, I do sometimes, and I'll be scrolling on Instagram and be like, oh shit, I was supposed to edit this video. Let me start editing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely assignment.
Yeah.
Let's go on I didn't set it to the 15 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna do a quick break.
All right, we'll be right back.
And we are back from another break, and we were talking off camera about
you just said that.
Like Dragon Ball and like
like animes and stuff. So it's like okay.
Which one do you watch?
So The only real animes that I really watched is has been Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, the whole Dragon Ball thing.
Dragon Ball thing.
And then I used to watch My Hero Academia with my daughters.
Is it good?
It is good. I liked it. You know, they really don't watch it anymore now because they're like older and they're like it's frowned upon, I guess. And then I've watched Naruto a little bit. You know,
Is that one good?
I've never seen Naruto.
I've only seen like the first honestly the first probably like 10 episodes. And the first time I tried watching it, I was like, dude, this shit's boring as fuck. But like the second time I watched it, I was like, man, this is pretty good. Yeah. So I haven't really gotten into it yet, like into the depth of everything. But so far, it's pretty good.
No, we watched like I never thought like I was like gonna get into anime. Like it was just like not my thing. But it's like literally like we watched Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, bro.
I haven't seen it,
bro. Demon Slayer is top tier, bro.
You know what?
In my eyes,
I think that's one that someone told me about, but it's like really like graphic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Someone told me about it. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
And the other one is the one where Milo says he's Eren.
Yeah. So Attack on Titan.
Okay, I think my kids watched that one too.
But see, that one, I think it starts off like a little like, you know, chill, nothing.
But they all start like that.
Yeah, they all do.
They all start kind of slow, and it's like you just gotta give it that like time and shit. But
and I think that's why I didn't like Naruto at first because it's like really slow. But I think,
but you know, like for it to have like spin-offs and for it to have like long seasons and stuff
you
like
have
that.
to.
But no, I'm saying like because it has that, like you would think like, okay, it must be good for it to be this long running.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
makes
like
sense,
it has to be good. Like kind of like Dragon Ball. Like how is nobody gonna know about Dragon Ball, bro? It's been this, you know.
That's
Milo
my
literally
shit.
like thinks he's like Eren and he'll bite his hand
Yeah, so-
and he
yeah,
wants
so-
to fight him or he'll go Super Saiyan quietly.
So yeah, when he bites his hand is like the Super Saiyan part of the Attack on Titan. That's how Eren turns into a Titan. You know, like he'll like they have to cut themselves somehow. So he'll bite himself, and we're
blood.
We're play fighting, and then he'll bite himself, and I'm just like I gotta act like I'm getting hurt now.
Yeah. He done powered up.
He powered up. So I'm like,
let's get it.
But back to like what you have going on.
All right, let's get it.
I know I said you were a Simon, but you know you did the rapper stuff. After that, what did you get into?
So I was actually doing this while I was rapping. So I've been barbering since I was in high school. Like I used to cut like my homie's hair. I'd cut my little brother's hair. Cut my own hair.
My little brother used to go to you.
Really?
Yeah, his name's David. Shout out David.
Shout out David. I don't remember, but shout out, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, when he told me, I was like, oh, that's Roland's friend, and he's like, oh, for real?
That's crazy.
And then he
you know what?
kept
I think he
going.
told me. I think. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't think he's gone to like where you're at now.
Okay.
But
yeah. So like I was saying, I've been barbering since I was like maybe like 16 years old or so. I would cut my own hair, friends' hair, little brother's hair, and basically what happened was like I remember being in high school, like 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, not knowing really what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck, like, you all right, man? I see you.
No, I'm like making sure like I'm not in the scene.
I got you.
Looking at cameras.
I saw it. You're right.
This is why we need to hire somebody to be behind camera because I'm the one checking like cameras and shit. Like
yeah.
All right, but yeah, my bad, bro. Like, dude, this happens a lot. Yeah.
Now you good.
And, yeah.
So back.
All right, bro. I'm gonna just sit still, bro. Like,
you good?
I saw him. Like I was looking at him, and then
you saw my eyes, like,
and then we were making eye contact, and then I saw his eyes go to you because I could see you going
Hey,
like
this.
So but I knew he was checking the cameras because he'll do the
yeah.
I'm like checking.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Okay, so you were a barber.
Yeah, so I was cutting hair in high school, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was cutting my hair, friends' hair. Little brother's hair. So I remember being like, I want to say maybe like 10th or 11th grade, and people were like, well, you know what I'm saying, what college you gonna go to? And I'm like, I don't know, like college ain't for me. Like I don't want to go to college. Like I don't want to get a desk job. I don't want to get an office job. Like that's just not for me. Like, but at the same time, they're like, oh, so you're gonna be like a labor worker? And I was like,
Yeah, because
like,
that's the regular thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't really like. I'm late. Like I'm not lazy, but I don't want to do labor work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did you ever do that?
I never did.
Never did.
Never did. So, well, unless like stalking at Family Dollar counts.
That's labor to me.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's not what I want to do. Like, I think I want to be a barber. Like, I'm already cutting hair. And at this time, like being a barber wasn't cool. Like, now, like it's crazy. It's dope how like everyone wants to be a barber is so like looked up on now. But at this time, no one really cared about barbers. They're like, man, like, why you gonna be a barber? You ain't gonna make no money. And it's crazy because I remember even my parents didn't want me to be a barber. They're like, are you sure you want to be a barber? Like, you don't want to like go to like go be a pharmacist or do this
or
Walgreens. Like something, right? And it's like, no, like I want to cut hair. Like it's easy for me. Like I feel like I can make good money doing it. So I remember going to barber school and all that. Like I graduated school in 2005 and I was cutting hair all from maybe like 2003 to 2005. Well, when I graduated school, and then I took a year off because my mom was like, just take a year off, like just see what, find yourself basically, see what you want to do. And I was doing music at this time also, and I was cutting hair. So I'm like, well, if I have to do something and I'm not going to do music, I'm going to be a barber. Yeah. So she let me take this whole year off. Come to find out later, she let me take that whole year off because she wanted me to figure out something that I really wanted to do, right? Mm-hmm. But I just like, no, I want to be a barber. So I went to barber school, and I've basically been barbering since I got my license in 2007. So I've been doing that since, and we're like, wow,
yeah. I think now it's like a thing.
Yeah, it's cool now.
It's like, oh yeah, like I have this barber. Like
yeah,
barbers are expensive as fuck though. Honestly,
they can be.
Yeah.
Just
we talked about it a little bit in the chair.
Yeah,
she don't. It's cause I, bro. Okay, we got rid of the couches and now we have these chairs. Yeah. But I'll be like leaning back on them, or I'll just be like doing.
And this. Then that's him. It's like, are you a little kid or like what's going on? Like, bro, but anyways.
So we talked about it a little bit. In the chair. Go check out In the Chair. Go check it out. Subscribe and shit.
Which we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So what like. Cause I felt like back then, like, okay, I was cutting my hair at Capri, right? So and then back then it was like $7 like a haircut and shit, and that was like the regular shit, like, and then little by little it started like going up, and it's like, what do you think made like prices? I'm not gonna say skyrocket, but like increase like that.
I think it just. Since barbering became more like in the limelight, I guess you can say, more people are actually like appreciating their barber. More people are like recognizing barbers aren't like. There's a difference between a barber and like Capri. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference when you go to an actual barber or go to like just a little shop down the street. Yeah. So I think once barbers actually realized it, they knew that they can charge basically whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? And people, they're gonna find someone to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Like. Regardless of what type of barber you are, like if you're like a barber who cuts hair for $20, $15, or you're a barber who cuts hair for $50, $100, $150, you're gonna find a clientele that is willing to go to you, right? It's just all about how you market yourself and how you decide to do that. So back to what you were asking, like why did that happen? I think barbers found value in themselves, and then with the whole social media thing going, like the TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they're like, oh shit, like. There's a demand for us. Like people want to look good, every fucking week. Like they want a nice fucking haircut. Yeah. So I don't have to charge $10 anymore. I can charge $30, $40, $50, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Based on like I know I'm in this area where these guys come to me every week. Like, let's say for instance you came to me every week. I know you value your appearance because you're coming to me every week. Yeah. So if I did happen to raise my prices to, whatever the price point may be, either you're gonna pay it. Or you're not, but if someone who values their look more than you is gonna pay it, right?
Yeah, so it's like if I'm going to you like for $5 a week, right? Like $5 every cut every week, and then you raise to 10, and now I'm just like, 10's too much, So it's like I'm out now. That person that stayed is like you're cutting them for both. You know what I mean? Like
or no.
Well, we had some troubles, guys, but we're back. So we were talking about. What were we talking about?
People valuing like you said, like
the barbers.
Yeah, like raising the price from $5 to $10 or whatever. So another thing, like I was saying, is like let's say you can only pay $5 a haircut, right? And I raise my price to $10 a haircut, right? Mm-hmm. So now Rollie, let's say for instance, that's what he was paying. You have two options. You can either decide to pay the 10 and come every week. Go to another. Well, I guess three options. Go to another barber who's still charging $5. Or now you can come every other week and pay the 10 because you're still spending the same amount monthly. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's one thing that does happen when people decide to, go up in price or switch up exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Do you feel like as a barber you really have to promote yourself a certain way to represent your prices, or no? Or is it
yes and no? It's
the communication you have when they're on the chair?
I think it's a little bit of everything, honestly. Like, so the thing about like, if you want to attract certain clientele, a lot of people are like, oh, like I want to only attract lawyers because they make a lot of money. But some lawyers may not care about their appearance, right? Yeah. So it's like you have to attract, like if you want to pay, if you want to get a premium price, you have to want to attract the people who care more about their appearance. So for instance, if a barber is charging, let's just say $100 a haircut. I know that sounds crazy, right? But I see a lot of people charging that shit now. It's crazy. And it's like, who do I have to market to charge this $100? So I have to market to people who really value how they look, right? So how am I going to do that? You have to post on social media, or I mean, I guess you don't have to, but I feel this is a good way to do it. You post on social media basically your portfolio, you know, your style of cuts, how good it looks and whatnot. And if you're just scrolling and you see this haircut and it looks really, really good and you value the way you look and you're like, man, this is a good ass haircut. Like this guy is really doing the thing. So it's like, you're going to go to him, right? Because he's giving this guy that good look and I want to pay, X amount of dollars for this haircut. I'm going to pay that because this guy is giving the look that I want. And I value the way I look, so I want to be able to pay that. Mm-hmm. So I think social media is the way to do that a lot because 9 times out of 10, we find new shit from social media. Like I always find new restaurants. My wife is always sending me like little bars that she wants to check out through social media. Yeah. So it's like social media is like the main source of, just branding, promotion and all that. Because back in the day, what you would do, it'd be word of mouth, fucking yellow pages. Like now you don't need that. You can get on social media and scroll. Like really just go to the fucking For You page or the...
some shit will pop up.
Yeah, or, you're just going through ads and shit pops up as ads. And so if you're not posting on social media, if you're not locking that down, I'm not saying that you can't build good clientele or make good money. All I'm saying is that's going to help you get more people. Or if you do want to be a premium barber, that's going to help people find you to be in a premium price barber.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about, I've done like a lot of like graphic design work for a bunch of barbers and stuff, but there's some barber pages that I've seen pop up, and it's like if you go to their page, I'm not too big on like going to, let's say I go to your page, I'm not gonna like look at your Instagram like based off of how it looks like.
Yeah, like the way the layout,
I don't really look into that, but there's like certain barber pages that I'll see and they're all just like heads, right? It's like all the people and it's just like sideways or whatever. But then, and I'm like, okay, it's a regular barber page, whatever. But then there's this other dude, I don't know what his name is, but he specializes in like dyes and shit, right? Okay. So it's like hair dyeing. So it's like an art form now, well, certain ones. But the way his layout just looks crazy already. So I'm like, all right. So I started going through his stuff. And he does like cinematic videos. He does like, so I'm just like, all right, like he looks expensive. Yeah. Like even just that, the type of content you makes it look like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to him if I'm not going to spend so much money. Like you kind of already have that in mind.
Yeah. And it's a lot about presentation also. Like even your social media presentation makes a difference. It's like, for instance, like if you wanted a lawyer, you're not going to go to the lawyer who's dressed in a t-shirt, shorts, and J's, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe you might, but in all actuality, you're really not. So it's like social media is your presentation also. So if you have good quality videos, good quality like cinematic videos, it's going to make your presentation better. So people are going to know like, oh, this dude, if he values all the shit he's putting on social media that much, then that means he's going to probably be an upscale type barber. You know what I'm saying?
Or even what if like his style of cutting hair is not that crazy, but he's just giving that appearance where it's like you think you're getting a better experience.
I mean, I guess it's just like as a girl, I look at it and I'm just like, well, I mean, I know there's different sizes and numbers, right? Like in how you cut it, like 1, 0, 5, whatever, right? Like how much more can you do? In a guy's head, like it's not like you're dying.
Okay, so. Like there's like certain things like
because you have an experience. Yeah, I feel like you give an experience. Like whenever we did the in the chair episode, like you gave an experience. Whereas like normally I'm just like I cut my own hair, right? Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, I just need a fade. That's it, right? But like you gave an experience. You did the hot towel shit. Like you did, all that crazy that I've never experienced before, right? I was like, how I look, like it was just crazy, like it's different. So it's like people are like. that's what they pay for. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know?
So you're not always paying for like the product. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you are, but you're also paying for the experience behind the chair. Like, there's a saying for barbers, like, you're not paying for the haircut, you're paying for the experience.
Yeah.
So a lot of barbers, they go the extra mile. Like, they're gonna do the hot towel. They're gonna offer you a drink when you come to the barber shop. They're gonna lean you back in the chair. They're gonna hit the massager on you. They're gonna go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it just goes back to that saying that you're not paying for the haircut. The haircut's free, but you're paying for the experience.
Do you do kids, or you focus on like adults?
No, I do kids also. I know a lot of barbers don't, and I understand why, because there's some kids that I get that they're difficult to work with, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I have I don't know if you've heard of her. She's like a barber. Like, she's by Baybrook, right? She's Milo's barber.
Okay.
Yeah, but since he's working, I take him. But since she's a girl, I feel like so much more comfortable. Like, just being like, hey, and she has her little spot, and she was able to get Milo to sit down by himself.
Yeah.
In a chair.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like different, like.
I think it just has a lot to do with the kid. For one, also the parents play a big role. Like, a lot of people don't think of it, but it's like if the kid don't want to get a haircut and he's like screaming like, no, I don't want a haircut. Da, 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 da. Sometimes it's because he knows the parents are going to give in and say like, okay, mijo, you don't need to get this haircut. Let's go. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So that makes a big deal. And sometimes it is the barber. Like, some kids can feel that, like, and I don't want to say animosity, but like that energy that you're giving off, like, oh, this barber's already like frustrated, so I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of feel energy, right?
Like, come on, little man.
Yeah, come on, little man. Here, let me get you a candy. And sometimes they'll open up a little more.
I've taken her like a box of snacks, because when Milo goes, he'll eat a bag of chips, a bag of cookies, and a juice. Like, so
hair's all over everything.
Yeah, literally. And I'm just like, so I like taking him with her, because I feel like he's the type of kid that is like, if I don't know you, I don't know you. But once he's comfortable, he's okay. Cool.
Yeah, and a lot of kids are like that, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have some kid clients who they've been coming to me for, a couple years, like 2-3 years, and they're still young. They're probably like 5 years or 6 years old or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like real cool with me. Like, they love coming to me, like, oh, what's up, Tank? Like, they sit down in the chair and they talk to me. They tell me about their day at school. They tell me about like when the new Sonic movie came out and stuff like that. And then there's some kids that they come in and they're just like, they don't want to talk at all, but they're comfortable. And it just goes based on the kid's personality, right? Yeah. But I think it helps if you can make the kid feel more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's going to make your job easier. But sometimes it's hard. Like, I have some kids, like, they're tough to deal with, like, super tough. Like, when I'm done cutting their hair, I'm like, fuck, I need a fucking beer. Like, damn. And it could be like 10 in the fucking morning. And it's dude, that haircut, like, I'm sweating. Like, and it's not that the kid's a bad kid.
Is it because you're scared that you're going to mess them up, or...
It's
they
not
just
so,
can't
right?
stay still.
Guys, I feel like you're confident enough to where you're not gonna fuck up.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna get the job done, but it's like, now I have to work harder to get this job done. It's like, if I have someone sitting still, I can make this haircut quick in 30 minutes or whatever. But if they're moving, it may take me a little longer, so it's gonna be a little harder, but I can still get it done. Same thing with a kid. I'm gonna get this fucking, like, especially once I start, like, I started, bro. Like, I have to finish this haircut. Like, there's no way I'm gonna leave you with a 0 line right here and then long hair on the opposite side, right? Like, I have to finish this haircut. So it's like, sometimes it's like, once you commit, you have to finish it. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
What's the craziest situation? Have you ever had somebody like cut you midway and be like, I don't fucking like it?
All right, so check it out. So I told this story. I went to a barber college and did like a class. Like, I was teaching them how to fade and like the business of barbering and whatnot. And they asked me something similar. So when I first started barbering, the shop I'm at now, I've been with the same shop since I started barbering, but we're at a different location. So we're in there and I'm cutting this dude, and he's on bars, man. He's all like barred out. Like, he's like, cut my hair, I want a taper, 8. He's all fucked up, whatever. I'm like, all right. And at this time I was a new barber, so I was taking whoever would come in, like, I'm trying to cut their hair. Well, I'm cutting his hair, and me and the shop owner are talking about how another barber messed up another client, right? So So I have the client right here in my chair. I'm talking to the barber, which his name is Heavy. He's the owner. I'm talking to Heavy about how another barber on my other side named Joey fucked up one of his clients. So we're talking, right? And the dude's like, so I'm like, yeah, man, Joey, he did this. He fucked him up. And the dude like turned around like, you fucking me up, bro? And I'm like, nah, man, we're talking about someone else. Like, calm down. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, like, I got you, bro. Like, calm down. He's like, oh, okay. So he just sits back and I just start cutting again. But me and Heavy are still in this conversation about the issue that happened. So we're like going back and forth. And once again, now Heavy says like, oh yeah, he fucked him up. Da-da-da. He turns around again. you still fucking me up? I'm like, bro, like, calm down. Like, I got you, man. Like I'm not fucking you up. I promise. It
sounds crazy because I'm like trying to picture it, and I'm like,
yeah. And you got to take in consideration, he's fucked up, right?
Yeah,
so he's like, he just hears fucked up. Oh, you're fucking me up, right? So I'm like, no, bro, like, I'm not. Like, chill out. Let me finish this haircut. Like, like, you're good. You're in good hands. Don't worry about it. So he's like, all right. So we're still talking, and he's not talking because he's in his own zone. He's in his head on his phone. I don't remember what he was doing, but I know me and the owner were talking, and we're still talking about it. And then he turns around a third time and it's like, bro, why are you fucking me up? I'm like, bro, like, I'm not. Like, chill. He's like, man, just shut the fuck up and cut my hair. And that was it. I said, what'd you say? And he goes, I said, can you just cut my hair? And I said, nah, I heard what the fuck you said. And I snatched the cape off him. I said, man, get the fuck out of my chair. And luckily enough, I didn't like bought him out to where he had like a chili bowl. Like I was just doing some like debulking, like basically just prepping everything to start cutting. Yeah. But in his head, he thought like, fuck, I'm going with a fucked up haircut. Like he's like, well, who's gonna fix it? Like someone fix it for me. Like Tank, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, man. Like I went and I sat down. I started eating. I'm like, I'm eating, bro. Like don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. And now he's like asking the shop owner, like, well, what's wrong with your barber? Like he don't want to cut my hair. And the shop owner was like, bro, like we told you he wasn't fucking you up. Like you should have just sat down and got your fucking haircut. Like, what's wrong with you? And he was like, well, I thought y'all were fucking me up. Like, he was just in his own head, right? Yeah. So I just left it at that, and another barber took care of him, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? And that was like probably the, like, I can't, well, there's...
It's like a highlight.
Yeah.
It's a highlight for you.
Yeah, like there's like, other things in the shop that has happened, you know what I'm saying? That's not haircut related. That is fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying?
What about your shop? Is it like, where is it located?
So we're off of Ritchie Street, like where Ritchie and Southmore hit, like by Larry's Arts and Crafts. Yeah. Right there. So yeah, it's right here, Pasadena, Texas.
Oh wait, you're still there it's by Cristo Rey? Cristo Rey is like the store.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know what that is. She's talking in a foreign language.
It's in front of the McDonald's and
hold on, but what's that? I feel like that's
Cristo Rey is literally in the same shopping strip that he's at.
What the fuck is it? What
it's like they sell like baptism and shit like that. Like
a party place?
Catholic.
Oh yeah, I think they're like two or three doors down. I know the old man. I didn't
know we're still there.
Yeah, we're still there.
Oh, okay. So we're about to go into like something else, right? My question is, what about where y'all had y'all's old gym at?
Oh.
What?
Oh, he's like, oh shit.
No, it's because I had another.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's because you had mentioned you were like about the experience thing. I know we're going back, but it's just one of those things where it's like, okay. I mean, it's kind of pointless to bring it up. Well, not really, but
go ahead.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I was like, all right, well, let's say somebody's paying let's say $20 for their cut, right?
Okay.
And then now you're like, all right, well, now I'm gonna offer the towel. I'm gonna offer what you were saying, like the massage and all the shit. And that they're paying for the experience. That's where it goes into where the guy's like, well, I just don't want none of that shit. I just want my cut. But at that point, that's where you're like, okay, well, then just go to somebody else that's gonna get you a cut, right? Like
that's the way I feel. Is like,
or do you ever like scratch off all that shit and then just do a cut?
I got you. So like
when the booking happens.
Yeah. So what it is like the way I used to think of barbering is like I have to do what my client wants. I mean, obviously we still have to, right? But it's like I have to do what my client wants. Like he doesn't want this, okay, let me not do this. Or he does want this, let me go the extra mile for him. But I think the older I've gotten, the more mature I've gotten, it's like I am my brand, right? I'm Tank Be Choppin. So I'm gonna do things the way I do it. If you don't want it, you can go to the next person because I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This is what I do. That's why this is this price. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't want it, it's like if you don't want a fucking a steak that's seared with onions and all this shit, then you're not gonna go to fucking Perry's and get a steak that's seared with onions, right? You're gonna go to McDonald's. So it's like if you don't want me to do all these things, it's cool. I get it. I understand. But I'm just not the barber for you. You feel me? So it's like,
okay.
And I think that just has a lot to do now with just like being a little more mature and just focusing on like me, like. Not every client is for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to cut every person that comes into the shop. I just have to get my clientele who likes what I do and come to me, basically.
Literally, not every client is for you.
Yeah, no matter what.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like when you start your business, you don't realize that.
You don't, because you're just trying to get everybody. In any type of business, it's like, you know, artwork, rugs, you know what I'm saying? Like anything.
That's
really,
where that's where you get the feel for, okay, who's going to be your clients, your main people, you know. Yeah. But I'll stop. She's like kicking me under the chair, like stop
about the gym.
No. Because I'm going like this. Stop that. No, but okay, so let's go back
To the gym.
You know, into the summertime. The gym. No. Yeah, the gym.
Okay, so for some people who, I just want to give some backstories. For some people who may not know, I don't look it now. You know what I'm saying? But I did some bodybuilding. Well, I did a bodybuilding show. I used to be really big into fitness. I used to track all my calories, all my macros, work out 2 times a day. You know, I was really into it. Excuse me. And it was cool, you know what I'm saying? But it was just something hard to maintain long term for me. Like, obviously, I still like working out now. I still go to the gym, you know, 4 or 5 times a week. I try to eat, you know, mindfully, but at the same time, it's like, if there's some fucking good ass food right here, like, I'm gonna eat it.
You're gonna enjoy it, you know?
If y'all offer me a beer and I want to drink some beer, I'm gonna drink it. So it's like, yeah, I've gained, you know, I was 200 pounds, you know, lean, 6-packed up. Like, I look like fucking an action figure.
Crazy.
Yeah, but it's like,
cause whenever we were talking about like working out, he told me about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy. He's like, yeah, he lost a lot of weight. And I'm just like, oh damn, like, you know, but I don't think you really like, I don't know if you showed me a picture or not.
No, I did because you.
I'm saying I got it in my favorites. I can show you, bro.
Because you and Tanya did the show,
we both
right?
did it really.
And I was like,
shout out to Tanya because
shout out Tanya,
she
man.
trained me when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep up the working out. And when she reached out and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down to do it. Like, and I remember she was showing me how to do like the hip thrust.
Yeah.
But I was pregnant.
Yeah, so it was.
And I was like
weird.
on my 2nd trimester, but like I normally do it with the bar, and she's like, no, just do it with the bands.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. You
know? I remember that because I think she did that because a lot of people wanted to come to her, but they were pregnant.
Yeah.
So she's like, I want to train someone who's pregnant because
show.
Even through her pregnancy, she worked out for, I want to say like 6-7 months and it wasn't until the very end where she like laid back because it started getting more uncomfortable. But she would like go to the gym and do shit, and it's like you can still work out. There's just certain things you can and can't do.
You just gotta make sure you're
and
okay with it, like the doctor and everything.
Yeah.
But like because people are like, oh my God, like, you know, you look so good. You don't even look like you have a kid. I'm like, well, I still worked out when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I would go and she would train me, and, you know, we would do back, lower body, like everything. It was like a full body. Because remember, I was so nervous when she reached out. She was like, oh, you know, I would love to train you. And I'm just like, remember I told you, I was like, oh, I'm so scared.
You're like, I don't know if I should do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so scared. Like, I've never been trained before. Like, you know, but it was very comfortable. And because the gym was very private too.
Yeah.
So what happened with that?
Oh man. All right. So long story short, all right. So we opened up a gym in like, I want to say it was 2016. I'm not exactly sure of the date, but we had someone else, I guess you can kind of say like a silent partner who went in with us, and he's like, look, y'all can do your own thing here. Y'all can train, you know, do whatever y'all want, charge whatever y'all want. And you know, like this is the situation here, and we're like, all right, cool. So, you know, we started training people, and like I said, this was back in 2016. We had both just lost a shitload of weight. You know, I was 350 going to like
that's when y'all
190.
Finished
the show. This was after like maybe half a year after the show, give or take. I don't remember the exact time frame, but you know, we were both fairly lean in shape. You know what I'm saying? Easy to get clients. You know, it's like when you look good, it's easier to get clients, right? And it's like, we were just doing that. It was something we both wanted to do because, you know, we like working out. You know, I feel like it's training people, like it's easy. Like, how hard can it be to me make sure this guy don't drop this weight on his fucking foot, right? Obviously, like, just for context, like, I did take classes. I did read a lot. I did watch a lot of videos trying to make sure everything was done properly. But long story short, we did that for a little bit. And it was good, you know, like, you know, we got some good kickback from it. You know, Tanya was training, I want to say she probably had like 20, 30 clients and you know, in a time period, you know, like say for a month time period, I had a few clients and we did diets, we did everything, like we did macros, all that, and it was cool. But then it just started becoming too much because I was still cutting hair and she was still working at her regular job. Yeah. So it's like, it's hard to, I'm waking up at 4 every fucking morning, going to the gym, train these clients.
To train
from
at
4
5.
To train from 4 to 7 a.m. and then going home, getting my kids ready, you waking them up, taking them to school, and then going to my job, and then after work coming back to the gym and training more clients. So it was cool, you know. Like at first it was fun. I was like, yeah, this is cool, this is easy, light work, you know what I'm saying? But it was just too much.
Do you feel like you enjoy training more over cutting hair or no?
Excuse me.
No, you're fine.
It's the beer. I think so. I think at the time when I first started training people, I did. Because it was something new to me. You know, when something's new, it's like a new toy. You're like, oh, I love this. This is what the fuck I'm going to do. But then once time went on, I was like, man, fuck, I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go train so and so. It's like I don't want to be there. Like I don't even want to work out today. You know, sometimes you just don't feel like working out, and it just became more of a chore and an actual job, not like a career. You know what I'm saying?
Like part of your to-do list.
Yeah,
like,
and it was like
fuck,
fuck, I'd be coming home exhausted. Tanya would come home exhausted. So it was like, man, like,
yeah,
is
because
this
I
something I want to
remember
do?
she would train me like late.
Yeah, it's like 7, 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah. And I'd be like, damn. I would be like tired too.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But it's like, I'm getting the trainer, so I have to go.
I just felt so committed because since she reached out, I was like, oh, I don't want to say no, but
I feel like
also
if one of y'all offered the other one like fast food, y'all be like, yeah, let's
y'all would have went and got some food. Like, fuck this trainer. Let's go.
You want to go eat?
Yeah. Because when she reached out, I was like, yeah, I'm down. Like, I'm definitely down, you know, because I mean, my pregnancy was super healthy, you know, but when she's like, oh, like, I would love to like promote the pregnancy, you know, training. Yeah. And then I would do it and I would go home and I'd be like, fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a lot.
Tiring
it is. And then it's like, even for us, like, we were basically doing the same workouts like y'all were doing, for instance. Like, let's say, like, I trained Rollie. Like, whatever he did, I did earlier that day. And then, so he's tired, but now I'm tired because I did that workout. And then I trained from this time to this time. And then I went to the barbershop and cut hair all day. And then went back to the gym, trained more people. So it was like, there were some days where I was like, wasn't getting home till like 11 o'clock, midnight. And then had to be up at 4 a.m. And it's like, fuck.
And then as a barber, do you have specific shoes or no?
I used to like really focus on like buying like the best type of shoes, like not the best, but like, you know, Ultra Boost, good quality, like comfortable running shoes. But now, like, it's like, fuck it, like I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want.
Wear Crocs.
I do not wear Crocs. Never owned a pair. I don't support them. Nah.
Well, we got you a pair. We actually got you a pair.
I love Crocs. No.
He said, I don't support you.
Nah,
because I can only imagine, like, you know, standing up for so many hours. You know, like it's a lot.
Yeah, that's when I would see like those mats that people would put around the chair. Right?
See, that's like, what we have. They're called fatigue mats, and they just help your feet. They got like this much cushion on them. It's really cushiony. So now I can literally wear like any shoe I want. Now, when I was bigger, when I was back like working at the old shop, when I was weighing like 300 pounds plus, I had to wear like comfortable shoes. I have to wear like Dr. Scholl's and shit because my fucking feet would hurt, my back would hurt. I'd be fucking exhausted. And now it's like I can go in Vans, Chucks, like ones, Dunks, like anything, like J's. Like I could wear anything.
It's crazy. No, it's crazy because you can't see it in the chair, but you cut my hair barefoot, right?
What?
I was like, wait, what? You did?
Like, barefoot? Yeah. I thought I had shoes on. Maybe I was just.
He's like, maybe I took too many shots that day.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. How did you have like a whole YouTube channel? You're like famous as fuck.
That was my segue. That was my segue.
I got you.
That was like, we're like, fuck, you're like famous. So tell us what you got going on.
So I do have a YouTube channel, Tank Be Choppin on YouTube. So basically, it's just like me cutting hair, but like on YouTube. So I do like the haircut tutorials, unboxing of anything barber related. Every once in a while, I'll do like a vlog of me just cutting hair, taking my kids to school, talking to my girl, stuff like that. And it's been good to me. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I think I'm like almost at 9K like subscribers on YouTube.
Damn.
And I started it. You know, it's crazy. Is like I just posted a post on Instagram. It's like, back when I remember when I first started, it was like, man, I can't wait till I get like, I see these guys with 8K, 10K, 15K. I'm like, I can't wait till I get there. Now that I'm there, it's like, I can't wait till I'm at 30K, 40K.
How long did it take you to get there, if you don't mind me asking?
So I started the YouTube channel at the beginning of 2020, like literally right at the beginning. Like I remember it was in January. And then we basically just, you know, COVID was a thing and all that. So it was 2020, so we're in 2023 now. Wait, what are we?
2022.
No, I didn't. I
was ahead of his time.
He's from the future.
Okay. You know what? I don't know what year. No,
so like
it's 2 years. So it's been a good 2 years. We're going on 2023.
2 years
is what
and you got
to
to 9K.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
That's wild.
Damn.
Let's continue the story. We're gonna take a quick break. Alarm just went off.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
It's 2023.
We'll back. And we are back. We took a long ass break, by the way, and we were talking about a lot of stuff, but we're gonna go back to the YouTube. So You got it. When did you start YouTube? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was 2020. So we said a little earlier. I don't know if you
COVID,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, it was right when COVID started. So it was 2020 when I started it. And yeah, I started in 2020. I remember the whole COVID thing because, you know, we weren't cutting hair due to COVID and whatnot. So it was hard for me to have content. So the only content that I did have was like unboxings. Like I was buying shit, even though I didn't have the money. It's like, I still got to kind of do this for YouTube because if not, I'm going to fall off and people aren't going to like know who the fuck I am or whatnot. So I still like continue to put stuff out even through the whole pandemic situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think, well, this is away from the YouTube. You want to talk about the YouTube thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to ask some more stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Let's get it. Let's go.
What were you gonna ask?
No, because
What
I was
were you
gonna
gonna
ask. I was gonna ask because YouTube is like.
YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
Stop leaning.
Sorry, it's like that. I'm not even leaning. It's like I'm staying. Look. Nobody knows.
Hey, stop leaning, man.
You can see it. Your butt moving. You see
Damn,
it?
I'm like.
Look at it. Look at it.
I'm
Hey, you can post it on OnlyFans.
Link in bio. Nah, but it's like I was gonna say like because I feel like YouTube is hard to like grow, you know, like that took years, you know, to get to where you're at.
Yeah.
So it's like we're about to hit 500 subs.
We're
right?
at 492.
Damn,
So about
that's
to hit
dope, that's
500.
dope.
That's
Yeah,
tight.
we're
That's
just-
tight.
We're about to hit 5. I still want to hit 1,000 before the year.
My
It is doable.
goal was to hit 500 by December.
Nice. So you're already there.
Yeah, we're
pretty much there,
super
yeah.
Yeah,
close,
dude.
So-
8 followers, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, okay, do you ever think? Do you have a TikTok? You have a TikTok?
I have a TikTok account, but I don't really like.
Check it.
Yeah, like I'm not really on
because
it. Like,
I literally feel like your videos are just gonna pop off way more
On
on
TikTok.
TikTok than on YouTube. But I'm not just specifically you, but just
Yeah,
like people
in general.
Like,
Yeah.
in general,
'Cause
because our
TikTok
shit
is
fucking
that
blowing
app.
up on fucking.
well, the thing about TikTok is, I mean, y'all know, like, you get on TikTok when you're bored. Like, you just fucking sit there and scroll. So the thing about TikTok is they throw a lot of like random shit out to your For You page. So it's random. Like, it could be like, you know, this and much
Random
more, and then it could be a
shit, yeah.
barber, then it could be a bodybuilder.
But you know what
and-
though? He said it. You told me earlier this week, I think, or last week, that TikTok is the new place that people do the search for instead of Google.
Yeah, did you see that?
Nah, I didn't.
That TikTok is surpassing Google as a search engine.
Really?
As a search engine.
Yeah,
As
and
a
she
search.
does, bro. Like
I'm just
That's
like
just crazy.
how to make
she'll be like,
Oh,
how
you
to
search
do it.
TikTok for that?
hell yeah, like I'm like how to do embroidery.
But that's good to know because I'm
Yeah.
gonna start posting some
Or
more
how to
tutorials
fucking,
on
how to
that.
fucking,
Yeah,
cut,
no,
how to
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
cut hair.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah, that's crazy.
I'll go to fucking TikTok.
well, I learned how to cut my hair off YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. And
He's old school.
It's some
whoa.
it's some people. It's some guys from they're from Texas. I forgot their name though, but they
Wow.
have like a whole studio.
He said wow because you don't watch it.
My bad, bro.
No. I said wow because how you gonna learn something from somebody and then forget their name?
No,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm subscribed to them, but I just forgot, man. But hey, people call us this and more. So
Yeah, even our guests.
did I say that?
yeah,
Did I
you're
say-
like
What's our name?
No, this and much more.
Okay.
this
yeah.
and
So much
this,
more.
This
Wait.
much and more.
This.
Okay.
No,
that's
you don't even know.
fine.
It's this and much more.
Nah, this and much
He's
more.
reading the name. No, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't mind it just because I know it's long,
Yeah.
you know. But to me, it's like, I don't look, when I look up on TikTok, it's just because it's a 1 minute video and it's
Yeah,
just
so
like,
it's easy, it's
Get
quick.
to the fucking point. YouTube is like
So
15-minute videos.
yeah,
and I'm
so
just like,
so that's the thing too. Like, there's people who want both. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people want to, like, they're so
Detail.
impatient. They want like 1 minute, 60 seconds, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's people like who literally you have to go to YouTube and search how to do this. Like, you're actually searching
Step
for what you
by
want
step.
step by step. So there's room for whatever type of
Everything.
content you put out. Yeah, exactly. And I know the TikTok thing is like the new like go-to thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's on TikTok, but it's like, not that it's not something that I don't want to do, but it's just I don't know. I just feel that YouTube is like my thing. Like, YouTube
But,
and Instagram
yeah.
is just for me.
No, because you know,
It's easier.
honestly, if you post videos on TikTok, you'll pop off.
Yeah.
No.
I feel
You
like
will,
if
you
you do
will.
your,
No.
they have the 60-second, the 1 minute to 3 minutes.
Yeah, so see, that's
Look.
the thing
It's
too.
just
Like, I
like-
post a bunch of tutorials, even on Instagram. Like, it's like a quick 60-second tutorial. I mean, it's not in detail, but it'll tell you how to get from, you know, a 0 on the side to a 2 on top faded in 60 seconds. Now, it's not like super detailed, but you can get the gist of the idea.
So look,
it's
I
like,
give you literally pros and cons, bro. Because it it's happening right now, real time. I'm getting fucking notifications now, but real time shit. So it's like, okay, I posted. I went back and forth with this person, right, on fucking on TikTok about.
Sorry.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
I went back and forth with some dude or whatever, some human being and shit on TikTok, right, about our latest episode.
Yeah.
And they were like, part 2. You know, that's the thing on TikTok, where it's like they'll post a video and they'll be like, where's part 2? Part 2. And you think like, well, part 2 is on fucking YouTube, bro.
Go
like,
to fucking YouTube.
That's where I'm getting the content from, right?
See, go ahead.
So it's like I'll post a clip and they're like, part 2. Them not knowing that I cut that clip up like
from a long
it's like a 3-minute clip, and I made it to fit into TikTok. So it's like it's already, that's how much more work you have to do on TikTok,
I get it,
because you have to cut shit down. So it's like, all right, and then they're like, part 2. And so I commented and I was like, all right, watch the full thing on YouTube, you know, and you'll get the full context or whatever. And somebody was like, we're on TikTok, bro, we're not trying to leave the app. And so I was like, well, then that's all the content you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, that's I literally said that, bro.
That's how I think, yeah.
And then I said that. And then it's like, because it's true. So it's like, I feel like YouTube is like that extra step. If you're really like interested, if you're really like committed into learning more or getting that information, then just go to the YouTube.
You do fucking research.
Yeah. And then they're talking about, well, give us the name of the podcast. Where's
it's in the
and I'm like, bro,
like it's the name of my handle.
I'm like, the tag is on there. There's a link in the bio. Like, I'm not gonna fucking spoon feed y'all, dude. Like, I literally, dude, I'm going
mad. He's fucking gaslit right now. He's going hard.
I'm going off on these people, bro.
He literally said, I'm not spoon feeding y'all.
And
I get it. The way I see it is like, so like podcasts and like my type of YouTube tutorials and YouTube videos, it's YouTube. Like we're trying to grow our YouTubes. So we use TikTok and Instagram as promotion for our YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna post a little clip. Same way with me. Like I'll post a little clip from my YouTube video on Instagram or on TikTok. Everyone looks at their phone.
Whose phone is that?
And it's because it's like a commercial, like, or not necessarily a commercial, but it's promotional. Like, let me post this here so they can get hooked, and then go to my YouTube and like, oh, this dude's got a lot of shit. Yeah, exactly.
Well, because in a way, people think that's the content. Like, oh, that's the content. No, it's a little piece of the full piece.
Like I told you earlier, they were like saying, oh, she has dyslexia about me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they're like, oh, she's gaslighting you, bro. And they're like, we got you, buddy. And I'm just like,
like, y'all need to watch the fucking full thing.
Honestly, it was like, I think it's like, I don't even care. Like,
I think it's like a not cultural, but like an age type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the younger generation. Like shit, I say younger because like even opposed to you, like you're 30 and you're still like you're still talking about YouTube. So I'm talking about like the 14, 15, the teens and the early 20s are like, oh, let me just scroll on TikTok, right? And I mean, it is what it is. Like that's the way we're evolving to.
Old.
Yeah, YouTube is old.
Yeah.
It is, but it's like it's different. It's different content for one. It's longer content, and it has its own audience. So you can milk each like social media platform for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing great by posting the full videos on YouTube and then posting little clips on TikTok.
But you know, he does the clips that he does on Instagram. He posts the same ones on TikTok.
See, that's what I do too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You should.
And they blow up.
#recycle. No.
Yeah, and they blow up on TikTok.
But do they blow up on? Oh, so they blow up more on TikTok.
Way more on TikTok.
So on Instagram, people are more supportive, and on Instagram, people really like are mad talking shit. But I told Roland, I'm like, well,
you said Instagram twice.
Oh,
I know she meant Instagram. The more supportive on TikTok, the more talking shit. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. So it's the shots and Instagram is like, nah, we know who the fuck you are. Like, if you're gonna come and talk shit, we know.
So one thing, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but one thing that I've noticed, like barbers talk about it a lot. TikTok is more randomness, like I said earlier. Like it's just random shit's popping up.
That's what I was about to say.
Instagram is more niche based.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like y'all doing a podcast, the people who are following you on Instagram are people who want to listen to your podcast or people y'all know personally. Yeah. On TikTok, it's just people just scrolling like, oh, this clip was interesting. Let me follow them because they post interesting clips. Yeah. Right? So it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, TikTok is like the opposite of Instagram. So it's like Instagram, your main feed is your people, is your friends. And then you can go to the explore page or whatever, and
but no one really does. But on TikTok, it's the opposite.
And TikTok is
you're right.
Your main feed is the explore shit.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll get videos that have like 2 likes, and I'm just like, you know.
Yeah.
But
Let
then
me not like this.
But then that's how it happens with us because we don't have. Well, we didn't have a lot of followers in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure it was just like our friends that were like seeing our shit on TikTok. Either they like it or they don't, you know. And now TikTok has like this repost, like button, where it's like let's say like you post a thing on TikTok, right?
Or you can repost it on yours.
I could repost it where it's through this and much more. This and much more, and now has a shitload of followers, bro. Where it's like, let's say you're doing a review, and I'll repost it to whoever's following me. It won't be on my feed, but it's like if I'm like throwing it like randomly
got you.
To them
and to the so they'll see it, but it's not. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But it's not on your feed.
Yeah, it won't be on my feed. But it'll say like reposted by.
Yeah, for sure, because more people are gonna see it.
Yeah, which that's why I think TikTok is doing like a better. They're doing it better than Instagram as far as like exposure.
Getting exposure, for sure. Because before we started your like episode, I told him, I'm like, oh my god, we're at $13.99, and right now I checked and we're like at 14 something.
Oh, nice.
I think it's like 14.
Dude, it's crazy because I don't post much on TikTok, but when I do, it's like I post something, and not to say that like all my shit does good, but you know, like if I post shit at night, it happens to do good because what are we doing at night when we're in the bed? Everyone's fucking scrolling on TikTok.
So that's a crazy thing because that's when I try to post at night.
Yeah, because most people are scrolling.
To post, I think I saw like this video and it said like between 7:30 or 8:30 to like 9:30 or 10:30. Like the time that everybody's already like
chilling.
I just had dinner. Now I'm hungry.
So if I post like I think like last week or two, like it's crazy. I really don't post that much on TikTok. But I think it was last week I posted a haircut tutorial on TikTok, and I posted it at night, and then I had like 1,100 or something, and then the next day when I checked, I had like 12 or 1,300.
Yeah.
So I know TikTok grows quick. But it's just like I feel like the followers on TikTok
aren't as legit.
Yeah, like it's like just random. It's like they're never gonna fuck with me. But like, they don't give a fuck.
That's the thing though. Like, okay,
what's your? Do you know your TikTok name?
Yeah, Tank_B_ Choppin. Let's get it.
Hold on.
But that's the thing. Like,
follow your boy.
Follow him, bro. But it's like the thing is like okay, because somebody else commented. They're like, we're not gonna go to your fucking YouTube, bro. Like. You know, like they're like, we're not gonna go to your YouTube. Like 90% of all of us, like we're not. That they're saying like 90% of TikTok is not
TikTok aren't. Yeah.
Which, bro, like our shit went up. Like the likes, like they went up crazy, right?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I just followed you on TikTok.
Thank you.
If everybody,
I'll follow back.
If every one of those like likes or followers was to subscribe to our YouTube, we'd be blowing up. You know what I mean? But I know they're not. But a small percentage of them did, and our shit's going up. It's like it's the same thing. It's the same thing with everything. Where it's like my brand on Instagram could have like 1,000 followers, but I'm not gonna get 1,000 sales. It's like 10% of them are gonna buy. Type shit. It's like that with everything. So it's like I'm not even tripping. You know?
You know what it is too is though, like each social media platform is different. Like it's different based, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't get on TikTok, honestly. Like only time I get on TikTok is when my girl sends me shit or like the guys at the shop send me shit. But honestly, I'm rarely on TikTok because it's not for me, because I get on and it's like just random nothing. Like I don't give a fuck, right? Like the shit I want to know about, like is something that I need to search for or someone who I'm already following on Instagram. You feel what I'm saying? So that's me, but that's not how everyone works, you know what I'm saying? So I think each social media platform is good. It's just learning how to leverage those to what your main goal is. So obviously, like your podcast is like YouTube. So how do we leverage Instagram? How do we leverage TikTok to bring this over to YouTube? Yeah, same thing with me. You know,
I think it just goes back to you really you need to have thick skin.
Yeah, you do for
sure. Because it's just like right now I was checking and people are like still talking shit about like Flip's video. And they're like,
hey, square up then. Nah.
but it's just like he's doing fucking great.
Yeah, no, he is.
Thank God. Like,
hey, shout out to Flip, man.
Yeah, shout out Flip, bro. And it's just like, I don't know why people do feel the need to be so negative.
It's just
even though like, when I don't agree, like I keep like I'll tell him or I'll keep it to myself. And I'm just like, oh wow, like
like I posted a clip earlier. But it's just
like people are literally like commenting like, oh, what the fuck and and giving their opinion. But like people give a fuck.
That's what I like told you earlier off camera. Like sometimes you just gotta like not care. Like you know what I'm saying. Like don't even respond to it. It's not worth it. Like just whatever. Like they're giving you a view. They're, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It is what it is. Take it for what it is.
Because I posted a clip earlier about like starting a podcast. Like I had already posted it, but I didn't know. So I posted the same video twice. And I was going through our feed and I'm like, oh shit, I already posted this. But when I went to go delete it, I seen some dude was like, literally the only comment that it was about podcasts, bro. It was like, start your own podcast. You know, there's enough podcasts for everyone. You know,
yeah, for sure.
And the guy, he just put Houston with a thumbs down. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, does that have to do with anything? So I went to my person and I'm like, fuck out of here, you know?
This dude does get butthurt. And then he said he don't get butthurt earlier.
Yeah.
And
then we were literally just talking about
I'm fucking with you, bro.
And then I deleted the whole video after, but I was gonna delete it anyway, but still, it's like, damn, like
he got so upset when somebody said that I had dyslexia, and he's like,
"Do you have dyslexia?"
No, I don't. But I had said I was reading something, but I was thinking something,
and you read it backwards.
But I read it not even backwards. I just put in instead of saying worst, I said instead of saying worst, I said first.
That's not dyslexia.
I know it's not. People don't fucking mispronunciation. Know. But I was thinking the question because I already had it in my mind, but I was reading it.
Yeah, it's a crazy video though.
And people are like, "Oh my gosh, she has dyslexia, bro. We got you, buddy. We have your back."
What is that?
And it's like, bitch, he's my fucking husband. Like, shut the fuck up, like. But he was like upset because they were like talking mad shit about me. I wasn't upset.
Dude, I was like, man, people are dumb as fuck.
It's like, crazy, bro. Like when I you know piggyback off of what y'all just said, basically, like when I do post shit on TikTok and I go back and like,
do you get backlash?
Yeah, I do. Like it could be a fucking haircut, bro, and people be like, "Oh, you pushed his lineup back. Like you fucking suck. I can't believe they're letting regular people cut hair." I'm like, bro, like you don't have to watch my shit, bro. Like you can just fucking scroll. Like
crazy,
like,
bro.
The fact that you took the time to stop scrolling and sit here and comment is like, you know what, I'm winning, motherfucker. Like that's why when I told you, like, just don't even respond, bro. Like you're already winning. And then the good thing is, the more comments you have on this post, the more it's gonna get shown to people. So you can comment back and just be like, "Oh, appreciate it." Like, just don't say nothing negative. Just
that's how it started. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
But you know
I get
funny?
it. You know, what I'm
I'd be like, "All right, but you're on my page, right?" I be saying shit like that. You know?
I be wanting to say shit, but I don't. I just be like, you know what?
But you know what though? I've seen a few people that I see rolling like talking mad shit back, and then there's like that random person that's like, "Oh my god, who's the one between me
it was funny. It was funny because
commenting back.
I'm talking shit back through the This and Much More page.
So they don't know if it's him or
you.
They were like, "Who's the one being ruthless in the comments?"
It's her.
So I'm like, "Oh, we tag team in the comments, bro." But it's just on me.
Yeah, no, I get
it. They literally said, "Who's being ruthless?" Because of that, I'm gonna fucking follow.
Yeah,
which is dope, you know.
Yeah,
but it's crazy because everything you're saying, bro, it has happened. So it's like when they're like, fuck, what were we saying? Because I was like thinking to myself when people comment and shit, they're saying shit like they're talking shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how you're like, oh well you're here, you watch my shit, you know, like you watch the clip to stop by and comment and shit. But then this person, I told him, I'm like, well, you're here. I told him that. I was like, well, you're here. You watched the clip. And he's like, actually, I didn't. I paused the clip before it could finish, and then I commented.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I was like,
motherfucker, it still counts as a view. Fuck off, bro.
Fuck, you did not, bro.
Yeah.
You let that shit play for like 3 times, bro. People you know what?
You're not gonna
but you know what? Even when you're commenting, it's
playing.
Yeah, like
he's not gonna let me pause it and comment.
And like,
shut the fuck up.
Can you pause TikTok?
You can.
See, I don't know. I don't be on it like that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. But it's just like, so are you really gonna pause without knowing and then comment?
Yeah,
you're gonna watch it
bullshit.
and then comment. Yeah, that
makes sense.
But that's enough. That's enough about TikTok.
That was a good segment.
Yeah,
post that shit on TikTok now.
But what are your future plans? Do you want to do anything else with like barbering and stuff? Like,
so I'm gonna get back into music. I'm dropping a mixtape 2020.
Let's go.
He said 2020 and then he didn't finish, but. Just so you know, his years are off. Like.
But you know what? I'm like I said earlier, I'm old. Like I forget shit. Like
oh my god, you're just 35.
But yeah, but once you get to like a certain age, like you kind of don't like worry about the age and the years. You know what I'm saying? Like once I got to 30, it's like how old am I? Like I would forget honestly. And same thing with the years. Like it's like, well, fuck, what year are we in? And the only reason why I kind of know is because 2019 is when COVID originally started, but no one knew it was COVID. So 2020, you know, like then my son was born in, November of 2019. So that's how I know how far I am in life, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But it's like honestly, I don't fucking remember what year.
Okay, you're mid 30s, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, do you
35.
feel that's mid?
Yeah.
But do you feel like do you feel old?
I don't.
Well, because when you were 14, when you were 15, you thought.
Well, you know what? I didn't think old was old until like 40. Like when I was a kid, like my mindset was like, oh, they're not old. They're still 35, 38.
20s was old.
No, I thought 40s was old.
You thought what?
20s.
That your 20s was old.
Nah.
I always
when I was
thought
in school
30s.
and I was like,
Really?
20,
See, I thought 40s.
like 28, 29, 27. I was always like, man, they're old.
No,
you
to
know?
me it was like, damn, you're 30. That's like 3
I mean,
decades.
maybe
You're old.
maybe. I mean, I think like I knew like 30 was like pushing it,
Yeah.
but it still wasn't old. But I felt like 40 when I was younger. Not now, because 40 is young still. Shout out to all my 40-year-olds, because I'm about to be there in 5 years. So that's still young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But nah, like I don't feel old, honestly. Like, I know my kids call me old, you know what I'm saying? I shave my head because I'm balding. So my kids call me old. My fucking kids, you know, I don't want to say they're old, because if I say I'm not old, how can I call them old?
Yeah.
But they're, you know, teenagers, you know what I'm saying? 16, 15, 12, and then I got a little baby. But, you know, they call me old playing around. It's like, honestly, like, I don't feel old, but I know how it is when kids look at their parents, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't feel old, and I know they're going to say what they want, like, you know, like kids and
I
people.
don't
it's
think
crazy.
there's a thing where kids are going to say their parents are
Are
ever
young.
young.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because in my 20s, 30-year-olds would be like, I'm not old. Like, I don't feel old, but I'm like, you're old. You know, but
Yeah,
it's like,
to
now
you.
I'm here. Now I'm here.
And
so
you're
it's
like,
like,
nah, it's not
I
that
can be
old.
like,
Y'all are there.
I can be like,
What you mean by y'all? How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
She must
I'm
be
not
28.
there. In December, I'm still 27.
okay, watch. When you hit 30, Gali and Betito and shit are my cousins. They're probably going to be like, man, you're old. You know, and you're
Yeah.
going to be like,
But it's our perspective, you know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
is
Like,
perspective.
think about it.
'Cause-
So I'm 35, but am I old compared to a 70-year-old? Obviously not, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm still young as fuck. Like a 70-year-old will be like, you're young as fuck. Like, you still got a lot of life to live.
Yeah.
But if I go to a 10-year-old, they'll be like, oh my God, you're 35. Like, were you alive when the dinosaurs were around? You know, like, it's just the way perspective is.
But
So,
then,
you know what I'm saying?
but now
Like,
it's
it is
like
what it is.
Okay, so when I was 25, I thought I was an adult. I mean, you're an
You mean
adult.
you were an adult.
You are right. But it's like right now, like if my little brother's how old would I be?
22.
22, 23, whatever. Even 25.
Oh,
I'll
he's
just
from 1999
yeah, he's
in
99.
November.
That's when my brother. Wait, was he 99 or 2000? I don't know.
Oh,
Never mind.
but it's like-
he's
but
about
that's
to be
right.
23.
Oh, he was 96.
He's
He's
gonna be
about to be
20. Okay,
23
well,
or
whenever I
22.
think of him and his
About
friends,
23.
I think like, oh, they're kids.
Yeah.
But they're already adults, you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I'm like, oh, they're kids, like they don't know yet, like
Yeah, but you know, I
Even
think
then,
that's
you
just
know?
like something that we embed in our own heads, like too raw. Like he's about to be 30, but in my head, I'm like,
You
oh,
gonna
he's
put him out
still
like
a
that,
kid.
bro?
Well, I think he's about to be 30. Sorry,
Nah.
sorry, Rob, don't be mad. Nah, but seriously, like in my head, he's still like young. You know what I'm saying? Like
man,
I
he's
still-
going out to raves and shit, bro. He's living.
He's
life,
living his
bro.
best life.
He's
Dog.
living
You
life.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
It's because honestly, let me just say this: like, when you were young and you know, when you're in your 20s and you don't have kids, your youngness still stays. But when you
Maybe.
have kids, it's just like you have either you mature or you don't.
yeah, that
And
makes sense.
maturing makes you a little bit older just because your priorities change.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
key.
for sure. Yeah,
Your
yeah.
priorities
But you-
change, and that's what makes you.
But you seen these
feel
high school
older.
students, bro? They look adult as fuck, bro.
I don't know. My son don't look that old. Nah, but it's to each his own. Like
Like if they,
not to each his own,
you
but-
think if like they threw you in a crowd of like people would be
Okay.
like, all right, I can tell he's
so
older.
okay, let me ask y'all honestly,
Okay.
how old do y'all think I am? Like if y'all didn't know, like what would you what would y'all
I
say?
honestly thought I would think like you're about the same.
I would have
age
been
as
like,
him.
yeah, I'd be the
Okay.
same age as me.
See, I would say you were like
29,
25. The way I look at you, and like I feel like she's like 22, 23. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like, so like me, like I look older when I don't shave because I have gray hairs. Like even my beard, like I just shaved that shit off earlier. So when I shave, like
Damn, you have grays already.
yeah,
But you know, like grays, I feel like whenever people have like when I see like people with like gray hairs or
they're
whatever,
wise.
yeah, like I see, like, bro, no, but I feel like I feel like man,
This motherfucker knows some
he
shit.
knows he been through shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like yeah, exact. But that's exactly how I see it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and in a way, I see it like cooler than like
Yeah, it's
younger
different.
shit. I feel like man, like
But I just think it's
you respect
because
that shit more.
But-
like,
our maturity and mentality has changed, you know, and it's like we're more mature.
Yeah.
That's why we see it like that, you know, but because we're getting to that age.
Yeah, but like back to what we were saying. I don't feel old. Like I think if y'all threw me with a group of fucking like 21-year-olds, 25-year-olds, like no one would know I was that old. Maybe that's just me being like fucking in my own head, right? But I don't like. I still jam like I jam the shit out of rap. You know what I'm saying? I jam the same shit my son jams. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still hip to all the new like. The new clothing, you know, the new styles. Like I mean,
you know
I'm not.
What's going on?
Yeah, like
well, you just said hip, bro.
Well, that's the terminology, bro. I'm not saying like hip, like ooh, I'm hip, but like I'm hip to the shit. Come on, man. See, you acting real old right now. You acting like a 40-year-old, man. We young in this motherfucker, all right? Like stop playing, stop playing with me, bro. Like I'm still young.
Yeah.
Nah, but
I'm gonna tell you a story right now.
Like I still feel like I'm hip to the young shit. Like I mean, obviously, like I know different things have come in that I don't like gravitate towards. Like I know like bigger shirts and like baggier. The second time I did that. Baggier clothes is like in or whatnot, but it's like that's just not like my style of shit. But it's like I see it for what it is, and I can do that. But it's like I'm still gonna do me. But at the same time, I try to add like a young twist to it. Not necessarily to try to feel young, but it's like I don't feel old. Like I'm 35 years old. Like I've probably only lived like a third of my life. Like if I make it to 80 years old, that means I'm like a little more than a third of my life. A little more than a third. That's not half. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that, like a third of my life. That means 35. So let's say, what's 35 times 3? 70.
105.
Like, no, oh well, shit. Maybe not a third then. Now that you put it in the math. But let's just say like a little more than a third. Let's say it's, you know what I'm saying, like for whatever reason, like let's just say I'm gonna live to 90. It's almost a third, right? It's a little more. So it's like, or even 80. It's still a little more than a third. So it's like I still got a lot of time to live. And like I said earlier, it's all about perspective. Like a 60 or 70-year-old ain't gonna tell me like, hey, you're old, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, like, motherfucker, like I still feel young. I still feel good. Like I still can move around. What the fuck? I still go to the gym. I still do me. Like it is what it is. And it's cool because like, I don't know, maybe like I felt like my parents were old when they were at this age, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, maybe it's because I'm like a barber and I have to like stay like.
But you know what, too?
You know what
I think it helps.
Let's go. It's because the shit went off. Let's go on a quick break and then.
Well, let me just say this real quick.
Okay.
I think it helps that our parents don't call us old. I don't know if yours do.
No, my parents don't call me old.
Yeah, so I feel like...
Why would they call you old? They're older than me. If they call me old, I'd be like,
you're calling me old. You're calling me old.
You're calling me old, grandma?
Like, that's my thing. Like, your parents aren't... They still see you as little kids. So you still feel the comfort of being young.
Being young. That makes sense.
But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break again.
Yes, sir. Last one.
And we kidding. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Two cameras down.
I mean, I think this is like a 2-hour episode.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, what do you have? What are your plans for the future? Remember, we're in 2022.
Yes. Wait.
We're in 2022.
Nah, I was just playing. Nah, but just right now, just really just trying to continue to grow my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok. Just really trying to see what the social media marketing type stuff can do for me, really. Right now, I have been focusing on that for the past, couple years or so, and it has been growing, obviously. But it's just something that I want to. So like, it's crazy because like my personality is, I want to be something like great. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I have to grow myself, and now the whole thing is like social media. So I feel like I have to push my social media to be great. Not 100% sure if that's true, but in my mind, I have to continue to do that. So I just want my social media to grow. That way I can have some type of, validation to where I'm like, okay, I did what I needed to do. And even though I know like that doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with what I do. Like I know I provide for my family. I got a loving wife. I got, kids that love me. I provide for them, all that good shit or whatever. So it's like, I know I'm good, but it's like, there's just still something in me that I have to be that,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Better.
I have to do better, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's really my goal right now in the next couple years.
But
and then,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it's like a constant goal?
I think so. Like I always want to be better no matter what. Like I'm like fucking Goku in this motherfucker. Nah.
Super
but,
Saiyan.
Yeah, like I have to keep going. No, but I just feel like I'm always wanting to better myself. Even though I am happy with how far I've come with like everything, like barbering, social media and everything. I'm at like 8K subscribers on YouTube, but like I just want to keep going, like I just want to keep pushing. I just want to be something great at what I do because like I've said before previously, when I do shit, I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be just another guy doing it. Like, I want people to know, like, oh, that's that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was rapping, like, I would focus on putting like the best bars out because I wanted to be like, oh, Tank, he's killing it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing when it comes to YouTube and Barber. It's like I want people to know me like, dang, that's Tank. He's killing it. You know, same thing. So it's like that's really what I'm focused on. Just trying to like push myself social media wise and just being better at what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I've been asking this question. So it's like, what makes you happy? Genuinely happy? Like,
it can be literally anything, but don't say barbering because I won't believe it.
Barbering. Now, honestly, like my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I like spending time with my family.
But that spending time, what is it?
It can be anything. Like we watch TV, you know what I'm saying, on Sundays. Like Sundays I'm off, so we do stuff on Sundays. Sometimes we just go out to eat. Sometimes we literally just sit on the couch and like talk, you know, even though everyone's on their phones.
Isn't that like the comforting
it's just,
yeah, it is.
Because at the end, that's what you're working for, bro.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Imagine if you didn't have like the money or whatever to like pay like your mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
And y'all fucking homeless. It's like you're all this work is so y'all can sit and just chill. And be in y'all's presence. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is like it's funny because that reminds me of a story. So it goes back to like what y'all asked and like the definition of success and all. It's gonna be a full story. Y'all gonna get it in a minute. So it's gonna be like some random ass shit. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? So there was this guy, right? He was a fisherman. He had a wife and he had kids. And so what he would do every day was in the morning he'd eat breakfast with his family. And then from like, 10 to 5, he'd go out and he'd go fishing to catch fish for them to eat. He'd go home, they'd eat the fish, the dinner that he made. And then at night, after the kids were in bed, him and his wife would like dance and, they would spend their quality time together. And then he'd repeat the same thing the next day. So one day when he was fishing, some guy in a suit came up to him and it was like, he was like, hey man, like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm fishing. He goes, well, how about you open a business and you like, we have a bunch of fishermen. Have you heard this before?
I've heard it.
Yeah. He's like,
I haven't heard it.
So we have a bunch of fishermen working for you and we just continue to grow this. He's like, well, what is that going to do for me? He's like, well, that way, like later on in life, you can just spend time doing what you want to do. He's like, okay, well, let me hear you out. So he's like, yeah, we can get a bunch of fishermen working under you. You teach them how to fish and we're all catching fish and we can sell it back to the market. And he's like, okay, and then what? And then the businessman was like, well, then we can buy boats and we can put these fishermen on boats. He goes, and we can go out and catch fish, sell it to the market, make more money, and then you can buy even more boats. And he's like, and then what? He goes, well, then we can buy enough boats to where you don't have to fish anymore. You just teach these guys how to fish and you chill at home and, do whatever you want. Like, what is it that you want to do when you have all these boats and all these people fishing for you to making money to sell to the market? Mm-hmm. And the old man was like, well, I want to be able to eat breakfast with my family. I like to come out to fish, so I want to be able to come out and fish. I want to be able to go home and have dinner with my family, and I want to be able to dance with my wife at the end of the night. So in his mind, like he was already succeeding because he was living his dream.
Yeah, he was already
before like
everything
having all this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like that's one thing. Like you have to know what, like you said, like what you're working for, because sometimes you don't need to work harder. Sometimes you can even work less, and yeah, you might be making less money, but you're spending more time with your family. You know what I'm saying? And in my eyes, that's something that I feel that a lot of men like need to do and want to do. That's the reason why we work. Yeah. And this is just we lose sight of that. We're like, oh, I need to work harder. I got these bills. My car notes coming up, house notes coming up. I got to pay this phone bill. My wife wants this, I want that. But it's like in actuality, if you can learn how to pay the necessities without working as much, that's winning. Right? Like you get to spend time with your kids. You get to spend time with your wife. You get to spend time at home, this fucking house that you didn't pay all this money for, you know what I'm saying? Like without working as much. Yeah. It's like, that's really winning. Not, let me be at work 20 hours out of the fucking day because I have to buy this fucking massive ass house that I'm never going to spend time at. Right?
Yeah,
like,
Like, I feel like that's the route that I took where it's like my brothers, okay, one of my youngest brother, he doesn't have like a kid or he's not married or nothing like that. So he can do whatever the hell he wants, Yeah. But then my other brother, he has like his son, his girl and everything. And But he's done the job where he leaves for like a week or whatever, won't see his son, shit like that, you know. But they're FaceTime and all that, you know, just how it works and shit. But then I took the route where, and my brother was probably making more money than I was, you know. But I was just happy with like working, knowing that I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna see him, you know. Yeah. Not talking shit about my, you know, like people who
work hard and
do that type of work, you know. But it's like, I just knew that that's not what I wanted, you know. I wanted to make his doctor's appointments. I wanted to make his like whatever, you know. I want to be there. I want him to grow up and be like, man, like, well, my dad was always there, type shit, you know. Yeah. Again, not talking shit, not saying like that's bad or anything, but it's just what I wanted. I had to sacrifice like making more money to spend with my family. So it's like I'm glad with the amount of money I was making work wise, and then the amount of time that I was spending with my family, you know what I mean? Like that's what makes me happy, you know. And I feel like,
and don't get me wrong, Milo will check him real quick
about what,
because he'll be like yesterday we got here like at 10 like at 9 because he didn't have school today, so he was like, I was like, oh, I'm tired, I want to go lay down, and Milo was like, okay, like, you know, let's go. And I was talking to him and he's like, come on, like for me to go lay down with him, and I was like, okay. And then he told him, go work.
Yeah, he's like, Papi, you work. Go. And I was like, God damn, bro.
But it's because Milo does respect Roland's office. Yeah. Like, he knows that's his work time.
Area. That's the work area.
But he does have his little, like, games. What are they called? Like, the Galaga?
The little, we have, like, mini Galagas, mini you know Pac-Man.
Like,
arcade
games.
Yeah.
And he has like mini ones.
I have those office. in the office. So he'll go in there and like play with them.
They balling over here. They got arcade games and shit.
Walgreens, $30.
They got an arcade.
Not even. Well, you only bought one at Walgreens. We got the other ones at Dirt Cheap.
Oh yeah, Dirt Cheap, man.
Dirt Cheap is the spot. Yeah.
Right there on Fairmont. Nah.
Yeah.
You know what? I've seen it. I never knew what the fuck it was.
Oh my god, you need to fucking go. Like, bro, literally.
Everything's like.
Target.
That's what I heard. It's like Target shit, but at Dirt Cheap.
Yeah. Target, Walmart, dollar store.
Salvaged items, but it's like nicked on the corner or some shit, bro. All our shelves, we have a bunch of shelves, little tables. Oh, we don't have them. We have mini tables and shit, bro. Like $5.
That's right.
We went there before we got these chairs to see if they had matching chairs, but they didn't. But literally, it's just when I do, I have my toy donation thing, and it's like Alegres Milagros. Like, I'll go there to see what sale they have going on for like Target. Yeah,
we've bought trampolines. We've bought
a lot of shit.
All right, so I'm gonna cut y'all off, but we getting that freestyle in or what?
Let's get it.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what? Like
he remembered, so
I did remember.
He must have been thinking about it.
Well, no.
I had bars like look 30 minutes ago.
I don't got no bars, but the only reason I remember is because I was like listening to myself talk, and I'm like, man, my voice sounds good. Like, and then I was like, oh shit, we're supposed to be rapping.
Every time he puts his headphones on, like mic
check 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? Mic check 1 2 1 2 was good. We in this thing. All right, we good.
Oh, real fast. We'll end it with the freestyle, but
do we need a beat?
But before that,
I got beats on my phone, man.
I don't want to get
It's not copyright strike.
No,
it's out.
Hey, okay, go ahead.
You know what?
If they're not copyright strike, then
look.
All right.
Shout out to my boy Tito Beats, man. He's the one that gives me the beats for my YouTube tutorials and stuff. So they're not copyright strike. So you can use them like whatever. Yeah. So shout out to my boy Tito Beats. I mean, you don't. Whatever. Cut that part out. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You know what? Let me get this beat going. Man, I ain't rapping so long.
While he's looking for the beats, guys, both our cameras died.
Yeah.
By the time y'all are watching this is probably a 2-hour episode, which is super dope.
If you made it this far,
you're fucking dope as fuck.
Yeah. Because we've been, having like this conversation's been going everywhere, and again, his information is going to be in the description below. Everything that he has going on, his YouTube, his TikTok, his Instagram, right? Going on?
So I'll just plug it in, but I'll send it to you also. So YouTube is Tank Be Choppin, and then Instagram and TikTok is Tank_B_Choppin. Or y'all can just go to my website, tankbechoppin.com. You can check everything out on there. So, yeah, it's pretty easy.
And that's pretty super easy, guys.
Yeah. Tank Be Choppin.
Play the beat.
So, I got some beats right here. So, I just got these beats in this month, like I think like the 4th or the 5th. So I haven't listened to them all, but I'm just gonna play one. Oh, what did I do?
Can I record y'all like just like for Instagram
Can you hear the
purposes?
beat? You good?
I can hear it.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Another
record
one?
regular videos and then I'm gonna post it.
You rock with it?
You got something slower?
Let's go. He said that's too fast. All right, let's switch it up. Oh shit. That's too slow. You don't think so?
I fuck with it.
All right, let me do this one. Hold on.
That's cool too.
Oh, I like that one.
All right.
Hey, once again, shout out to my boy Tito Beats.
All right, go
Who
ahead.
gonna go first? You or me?
Yeah.
You can go.
All right, fuck it. Let's get it.
Don't go too crazy.
Nah,
bro.
I'm not. Look, I'm here chilling in that podcast studio. You know we drinking and we sipping down Julio. Hold on, dog. We might even be sipping beers. I know that they hating on me cause I spit it real clear. I'm never stuttering when your boy spitting. I know them boys be hating, but they know that I be getting straight to the money. You know that I'm getting dough. They know that the flow cold still coming from no show. That's straight from the east side. That's where them G's ride. I know that they hating on me, but dog, it's alright. I'ma still come hard and I'ma still spit flames. I fell off, but I'ma still get grain. I mean, I'ma still grip grain. I know they hating on the name when I spit these flames. I'm coming off of the top. I know that they hating on me. Man, they just mad cause I still stacking that money. Man, I'm getting bread. They know that I'm getting dog, rah. Yeah.
Let me get back on.
Yeah.
Hey. Look, Rollie Vogues, you know we spitting. And everybody wanna pull up. No, I'm hitting.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be sitting on this mic. Everybody wanna pull up and I'm podcasting every Friday night.
Yeah.
Every Friday. You know I'ma come hard. And you know that I'ma pull up with my fucking art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a graphic designer and I'm a rapper, and you know that I'm a fucking designer. Hold up, I'm not wearing designer, I'm a rap that's superior. And you know that I'ma pull up in my truck, all black interior.
Yeah.
Everybody ballin', and you know I'm in my house. I ain't quiet as a mouse, and you know I got a spouse. Her name is Evelin. And you know that she's heaven sent. Nah, bro, that's it, bro. That's it, bro.
Everybody who actually be freestyling, because that shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It's not.
it's
Nah.
hard.
It's
It's hard,
hard.
bro.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Bro, I do it all the time. I think it's just like the drinks and shit. Honestly, bro, I'm really disappointed. Like I
He's like, you know what? We're gonna delete all this footage.
let's start over, bro. Nah. But for real, I fuck with it. There's a badass podcast, bro. Like if you made it to the end and heard this fucking beast ass fucking best ever freestyle and shit, like, man, I'll fuck with y'all, man. For
Let's
real.
get it. Matter of fact, hey, this gonna be on you. Look, if y'all made it this far into this is gonna be for everybody, so y'all gonna like this shit. But if y'all made it this far in the video, if y'all watched it this far, y'all need to drop like a green like star. You know how on iPhones and shit you can put like the color a little different. So if y'all see people putting the green star on this video, that means they made it this far into the podcast. So those motherfuckers are the realest motherfuckers in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like it ain't just the people who watch it for like 5-10 minutes.
Like
and
an emoji?
Yeah, like a green star emoji.
I've never seen a green emoji star,
Bro,
but if
what
they
you
can
mean?
if they can do it,
Bro.
But
if they can do it,
show
then
me.
hey,
Yeah,
fuck
let
it.
me pull, if I can pull it up, y'all gonna
Yeah,
man, let me
show
get a
me.
star.
I like green
You know
star.
what? I may have talked too soon. Oh, you know what? I meant a green heart. A green heart.
All right.
A green heart.
I like down. Well,
Wait, can you make a green heart?
Yeah, there's green heart.
There's some
Okay,
green heart.
if you make it this far, it's got to be a green heart. All right,
For
not
sure.
a green star.
And I'm not gonna post
Yeah.
this early, like on a clip or nothing. This
Not
is-
this part.
They
Everything
literally
else,
have to
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it all the way to the end, and then we'll see it. But,
Yeah. So green
And I don't know.
hearts,
And I don't know if
emojis.
this shit is still recording. I know we got the audio going,
But
but
I just want to do a quick shout out how all those beers are over there.
Hey,
Like-
man, don't be
that's
doing
behind the
that.
scenes shit. You can't be posting that, man.
But yeah,
All right, appreciate y'all. That's it.
thank you for joining us.
No, I appreciate
It was such a
y'all.
good episode.
If y'all just watching this, like y'all seen me post it, or y'all was however just found this, y'all make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me make sure I read this properly because I know people don't know the proper name. This and much more.
Yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on YouTube. And on TikTok also. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
shit,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. Hey, dope podcast. Like I really appreciate y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming.
And it was a real good experience, man. I really liked it.
I'm so glad we were able to like get you on and get some information out there. But
good ass episode, man, for real. A lot of information. All
Let's
that shit.
get it.
Peace.
Peace with this fan.
Not the Cheeto fingers.